What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Lobo Nation is on Jack FM. KOOI, Jacksonville, Tyler, Longview.
106.5 Jack FM presents the John King Coaches Show.
Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick in Longview.
Well, good evening, Lobo Nation. Happy Black Friday. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's time for Lobo football on a Black Friday. Pigskin Bob Harlan, the sports guy, and the star of the John King Coaches Show. There's one thing you need to have the John King Coaches Show. It's a John King. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine and happy to be here. And of course, a great opportunity to practice football during Thanksgiving week and practice on Turkey Day. So great for these kids, great for our community, and looking forward to the challenge.
The John King Coaches Show is brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Buick Fiat in Longview, longtime sponsor of the John King Coaches Show. And we're recording this on Monday for Black Friday because it is obviously a crazy week. And Bob and I, we don't have to practice on Thanksgiving Day, so we're out of here in the second half of the week. But we'll be back Friday night after the games. So is this week, here's my first question. Is this week tougher than the week before, the week after? You've done it many times. Does it get a little crazy because everybody's out of school and whatnot?
Yeah, this week always presents some challenges. Getting kids to and from practice, making sure they're fed, they're hydrated, they're getting proper rest, doing the things to take care of their body, And what I tell them is you need to make smart choices when you leave here. The choices you make can have an effect on what's going to take place Friday come game time. And, I think our kids have pretty much done a great job of that all year long. Nothing would be more important to how they mentally and physically prepare this week and take care of themselves and get ready to be a good football team.
But these kids, they did it last year as well and the year before. I mean, it's not like this is something new to them.
No, we've been here before, and what I told them today, some groups have handled it differently. And those that know how to handle the situation normally have a good turnout, have a good outcome. So let's not do anything to hurt our chances before we get to the game. Let's prepare during the week. As I said, mentally and physically prepare, take care of yourself. Let's get ready to go play the game of our lives. That's all we guarantee is one more.
Yeah, experience is a great helper, isn't it? I'm looking at a Harmony this week playing after Thanksgiving for the first time in school history.
Yeah.
Not just these kids, in the history of the school. So
that's great for them. Special times, And I go back and look at it. When I was in high school, we were fortunate enough. We played and practiced every week during Thanksgiving. You got all your family coming in to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday. Possibility family members that normally don't get to watch you play are going to be around to watch you play that game, and just excitement about it. That's what I told someone. It's kind of like the closest thing a lot of these guys are going to ever have with playing professional football. You practice football during the day, then you kind of get to go do your own thing in the afternoon. So we need to be smart about what we do.
And a quick observation: I've got a Lobo at my house, Ethan, and on Sunday night he knows he had to be at practice at 7:45 on Monday morning, early to bed.
That's
because
good.
When he gets there at 7:46, you're going to be running. Okay, that's what but he's been there before and he knows that.
Yeah, well, our kids understand when time's involved, be on time. You're always going to run into some problems. Some of our kids don't drive. Some of our kids may have other things they've got going on, relying on a ride, or a parent maybe that's got to come home from work and get them back up there. We understand those things. But effective communication sure solves a lot of those problems.
That's good.
Let us know in advance, and we'll do our best to help you and assist in any way.
All right, let's talk about your game last week. Frisco Lone Star. Now, it seemed a little dicey early on, and then Lobos seemed to run away with it.
Well, run away with it we did. Our running game got going, and we started the game, had 2 stalled drives, gave up a touchdown drive on defense, which seems to be the track record we followed all year long.
It's crazy.
And but we dug our way out of the hole and got the running game going, took the lead in at halftime. And to me, the turning point in the game was in the third quarter when Curry picks the ball off in the end zone, and 2 plays later we hit Jalen Hale for the big touchdown pass, and now we go up 11, where we're looking at losing the lead. So I thought that was a big point in the game, and then we punched a few in late there in the third and fourth quarters to really separate. But outstanding night out of our kids. I thought we played well in all areas, offense, defense, and the kicking game. And, we beat a good football team. We did, and well coached and all those things. So anytime you can win in the playoffs, I mean, that's a huge deal. Because they don't give those away. And you got to beat good people every week. And we started off with a 64-team bracket. Now we're down to 16.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be many bad teams left, if any.
There's no turkeys after Thanksgiving.
Which turkeys are you looking at on your bracket?
Right.
I'm looking at
Harlan,
all
the
of them.
sports guy, always says there's no turkeys.
And that's a good point. There ain't no turkeys left.
No, I stole that from you.
Yeah. You don't remember that.
We were trying to figure, I want to brag on that defense some more. We were trying to figure out with Johnny Vaughn before you got here today, how many points the Lobos have given up in the second half. And he was saying 8, and I was saying 10, and I know you don't know. You take
I don't.
one game at a time and give 110%.
Well, somebody said last Friday night that was the first touchdown we've given up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. We haven't given up many.
Lancaster didn't score in the second half.
We do a good job of making adjustments and shutting people down and kids, playing the scheme and settling down and playing ball.
109 points against. That's how many points have been scored against you. It's total this season. It's really impressive.
In 12 games.
It's impressive, Coach. It really is. I mean, because before the season began, everybody's talking about Jalen Hell and how Longview blocks and how they run the ball. And now the conversation is kind of mixed, has kind of pivoted around to your defense and to your running game.
I'm not surprised. I thought we were going to be pretty good on defense. We had 7 starters back. With 2 linebackers, 2 defensive ends, 3 defensive linemen, and guys in the secondary that played a bunch. I mean, their entire secondary was sophomores last year, so not surprised with that. But you never know how a group will play together. I think the strongest thing I can say about this defense is how well they play together and how unselfish they are. They feed off one another.
Here's your points given up for the season: 10, 11, 0, 7, 13, 7, 19. 7, 3, 0, 15, 17.
That sound good?
That sounds real good to me. Let's keep it down.
Keep doing that. Keep everybody below 20 and keep rocking and rolling on offense.
I would have to say any head coach in Texas will tell you that increases the chances to win when you can hold people to that. You got to go out and make some things happen on offense.
All right, and one other thing I heard one of the things that might be some sort of a problem is we are having some penalties, having a couple of big penalties per game, and I was trying to do on the other side, that might be part of our DNA because you're so physical and so fired up that every now and then there's going to be a stupid mistake, but you kind of overcome it with the tenacity of this Lobo defense. Am I misreading this?
I don't mind mistakes when the effort's involved.
Yeah.
But dead ball, personal foul penalties, there's no place for them anytime. Any place, anywhere, you got to have more composure than that. What'll happen is you'll have that come up when you need it the least, in the turning moment of a game. But, we had a few the other night. But that's things you got to cut out. And, like I said, effort's one thing, and having some composure is the other.
Yeah. All right, do you know how many times Port Arthur Memorial Titans have given up more than 20 points?
No, I don't.
I'll tell you after the break. We'll come back with the John King Coaches Show on your home for Longview Lobo Football 106.5, Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Story and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Story and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
Unit 1, move out.
Roger. Unit 2, move out.
10-4.
Unit 3, move out.
Got it.
Remember, men, your mission is to find every nook and cranny the enemy can use to infiltrate this premises. Then it will be your duty to neutralize the invaders with extreme prejudice.
Copy that.
Roger.
Moving out. Don't let the pests take over your home. Shut down the operation today. Call the Bug Police to patrol your property at 553-9003 or visit them online at thebugpolice.com. The Bug Police. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport. Sophie's is a place to be. Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Harlan, the sports guy, Pigskin Bob, and Coach John King back on the John King Coaches Show. Black Friday, fourth round of the playoffs. Here we go. Third round of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah,
I got a little ahead of myself. One game at a time.
We do too.
Want to know.
Here we go. And we got Port Arthur Memorial, the Titans tonight. And I teased going to the break because the Lobos haven't given up 20 points yet this season. We're hoping to keep that trend going.
Are y'all trying to jinx us?
No. Port Arthur Memorial Titans have given up more than 20 points 5 times. They gave up 21 to Nederland, 34 to LaPorte, the Bulldogs. Do you know I used to go to daycare in LaPorte, Texas?
Did you really?
Yeah.
I thought you were from Joaquin.
Well, but we lived in Houston for a while, too. Yeah. When I was in daycare.
What's going on
He's
here?
a notable
Wikipedia is getting wrong or something?
No. I went to high school there, but when I was a little kid, we worked down and my mom worked at LaPorte.
There you go.
She was a nurse at a clinic, and we went to daycare.
Are they the Bulldogs?
They are the Orange Bulldogs. They sure are. All right. Then they gave up 24 to Baytown Lee. No, 28 because they lost. And then 2 weeks ago against Kingwood Park, 22. McKinney North, 41. Johnny Vaughn says, and I'll take his word on just about anything and all things Lobos, that Frisco Lone Star, they would probably beat Port Arthur Memorial. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I hadn't watched them play. But different teams match up in different ways. And all that matters is the Lobos versus the Titans. And we've got to go beat them. It doesn't matter who else can beat them or who didn't. Our job is to go defeat the opponent we have this week. And, they beat Crosby, playoff team that we faced. Crosby didn't have their quarterback that week.
And they were picked to finish behind Crosby in the district stand preseason. Not preseason, it's preseason. But
it is. But, you got to go play the games. And the game against Lee, the only game they've lost all year, they just didn't play very well. Turnovers and, penalties and things like that hurt them. But it happens. That's why you go play the game. Nothing's going to be a given. More times than not, somebody's always going to be favored. Very seldom do you see it a pick'em game. But you're going to have somebody that's going to be favored by somebody. But it doesn't matter. That's why you go play. And, we've won games we were underdogs in, and we've lost games we were favorites in. So go play. Don't Don't compare scores. Don't compare opponents. What you need to do is prepare to play what you see on tape.
If your kids are a little bit beat up and bruised, you got them up there at the field house. So y'all
we have an opportunity for them to come in for treatment over the weekend. Our trainers, athletic trainers, do an outstanding job of getting kids back on the field. And if they too beat up, they'll just have a lighter workload at practice. Some of them may take mental reps and not have to practice. And we got a couple of offensive linemen. That's the case. Still dinged up from last week. They didn't play last week.
Still got a few days to get right.
I'm hoping we can get them well. We're gonna need everybody, and it's just it's a long season. I guess we've been at it now. I was looking at my practice notes. 18 weeks. From the time freshman football practice started to now. So it's been a grind, and we're hoping to extend it a few more weeks. We're
the only thing worse than this grind is not doing this grind.
That's the only thing.
Putting the equipment away.
Yeah.
That's what I told the kids. They're talking about, I said, Friday night after the game, I said, hey, see you Monday morning at 7:45. I said, oh, we got practice. We could be taking up gear. Which one do you want to do? We'll practice, Coach. So.
You were talking about there's favorites and not favorites in every game. And I asked you this off the air, and I think people will enjoy hearing your answer because I wonder about it. Do the kids pay attention to who's favored and who? Oh, they lost to Baytown Lee. They can't hang with us. Do they get into that, or are you able to keep them focused on straight ahead?
Well, we do our best as a staff trying to just get them focused on what's in front of us, and not worry about the outside distractions. But I'm sure they do hear it. Most of our kids, you'd be surprised, they don't watch a lot of football. I'm sure they're on their phones, they're on the internet and social media and stuff.
It's a different world.
They can look at that, but from the time this year started, we were preseason number one. I'm telling you, I don't know if a kid said a word about it in the field house. And I haven't heard many comments about the opponents that we've played each and every week. They just kind of got a workman's mentality, how they address it each and every week. Whether we're playing a good opponent, we're playing one that's
tall grass
inferior, because they can watch tape and see some of that. They've just gone and done their business, get ready to play. So, but you worry about what they hear and what effect it has on them, and how that can affect your locker room of the outside influence. You worry about that every year.
When people talk about Memorial in this game, a lot quarterback is the first thing they're going to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about is their offensive line. I mean, we're talking 6'4", 275, 6 foot 180, 6'1", 215, 6'3", 260. And I hear they've got a great offensive line. That might be the biggest problem going in this game.
They're good up front. Caden Bowie's a University of Houston commit, and he's a picture-perfect offensive tackle, what you look at. I mean, he looks like a running back. That's how he's built. And the quarterback,
could he play for you?
Who?
That offensive line, the one going to Houston?
I'm sure he could.
Okay.
I mean, he's a specimen now.
Okay.
And then the quarterback, of course, he's new. He moved in during the offseason. He won a job. Big kid, 6'2", 6'3", 220. Can extend plays, great arm. Big play receivers he can get the ball to, but they're extremely athletic, got a ton of foot speed on both sides of the ball, and that's a strong suit. And I would tell you that probably is fast or faster than what we saw from Lancaster. That's just kind of talent we're going to face. So defensively, not going to be overly complicated. They're just going to play good, sound defense. They do it out of a 4-2-5 alignment, play a lot of man coverage and combo coverage stuff. So it's just going to come down to who can get it done.
Each week you talk about foot speed and how much of a difference maker that is, particularly like on defense in the linebacker spot. Would you rather have someone who has better foot speed than size?
Depending on who you play. But in today's world, foot speed is what you want just because of spread offenses and tackling in space. Back in the day, though, 4-3 middle linebackers, when everybody was in, pro-eye formation running ISO weak, I mean, you wanted a big thumper in there.
Yeah,
That's changed now, but if you can't spy a quarterback or you can't cover a back in the flat or get to a zone, you're not much use. I mean, there's not many old-school middle linebackers right now playing defense. And I think that's just because of the spread offenses and how it's changed football. You hear people talk all the time about matchups, personnel matchups. Somebody come out and, a lighter personnel deal, and they want to formation it to be able to run the ball because people have their nickel backs in, people that are coverage guys, and they play tempo where they can't get them off the field, And they look for tight ends that are mismatches in the pass game, but also can play attached to the line of scrimmage and give you another gap running the football. So It's kind of the chess match of football right now.
Well,
That's
Coach,
a lesson right there,
that
kids.
sure is.
Nicely done.
You look bewildered when I was speaking.
No.
Kind of like you've never changed a flat on the trailer before.
I know you probably not, but that was
2
a
in
question.
1 day. He's done.
He loves to answer that question, though. I could tell that was that.
That's what it comes down to.
That is the difference
mismatches.
maker.
I mean, it's football's not a complicated game. Sometimes we can make it complicated, but simple things like that I just told you about. It's like having 2 tight end surface on each side. All these coaches tell you about all these exotic blitzes people run. You put 3 guys on each side of the center, see what they do. Simplifies it a whole lot. So I try to keep it simple.
There is a solution for every problem. It's just who can find them out.
Who can find it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helps to have the Jimmies and the Joes, and you got a ranch full of those.
my God.
Ain't no doubt.
Loaded.
I'm telling you, if you got those dudes, I mean, sometimes you can screw it up, and they can unscrew it. You know what I mean? They can make it happen, and it does come down to that.
It's the Memorial Titans and the Longview Lobos 3rd round action coming up here in just a minute. And next week, do we know when and where, depending on who we play?
If we win, regardless of who the opponent is, it'll be Friday at Mesquite Memorial.
Mesquite Memorial on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Hopefully we'll have the John King Coaches Show next Friday. All right.
I plan on being here.
All right, we'll be here. There you go, John King, the John King Coaches Show presented by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick. And we'll send it back to, where are we? Abe Martin Stadium with Brian Houston, Johnny
In
Vaughn.
Lufkin.
In Lufkin, Texas. Remember, Lobo fans, don't spend any money while you're there, okay? Wait till you get to the city limits, and then you can get gas and a candy bar and listen to the Friday Night Scoreboard Show on your way back from Lufkin after that big Lobo victory. Go get him, Coach.
Thank you.
For John King, for Pigskin Bob, I'm Harlan, the sports guy. This is your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
This has been the John King Coaches Show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar, the perfect venue for your office holiday party. David and his staff will make it a fantastic event with great food and an inviting atmosphere. It's time to book your company party at GZ's. How about an office lunch or cocktail party with fresh sushi and Asian delicacies along with cheese and fruit trays? The holidays get even merrier by taking your employees or family to GZ's Asian Bistro. Reserve your holiday party. Call 247-8000. That's 247-8000. Gift certificates available. GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar in the Village on Judson Road in Longview.
There's a new crane company in town. The name? Conquest Crane. Conquest Crane Services, that is. Do you need something lifted? Do you need something moved? Any job at all. If you need a crane, just call. Conquest Crane Services ain't no bushwhacker. This is a family business, fine as cream gravy. Conquest Crane Services is in Longview with the big lifting machines. Cranes. They get the big jobs done. ConquestCraneServices.com.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Bitch's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bitches is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bitches RV, where memories begin.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for pie and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support@cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
Bitch's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bitches is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bitch's RV, where memories begin.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Hell yeah! 106.5 Jack FM presents Longview Lobo High School Football.
Lobo Nation, you're listening to the Lobo Radio Network on KOOI Jacksonville. Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick and Longview. Longview Kilgore Cable TV. The law offices of Sorey and Hoover. Eastman Credit Union. First Choice Personnel. Soapy's Car Wash. Bish RV of Longview. Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. The Bug Police. Flood Out Restoration. McDaniel's Quality Body Works. And Telco Plus Credit Union. Lobo Nation. Are you ready? The Lobos are on 106.5 Jack FM.
Lobo Nation, it's time for Longview High School football on 106.5 Jack FM, live from Abe Martin Stadium at John Outlaw Memorial Field. It's round 3 of the Class 5A Division I playoffs. A regional semifinal game between the number 1 ranked undefeated Longview Lobos and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans. Hello, I'm Brian Houston along with Johnny Vaughn. John King's Longview Lobos are a perfect 12-0, the champions of District 7 5A Division I, and they come in here off a 38-17 area round win over Frisco Lone Star. For the second straight playoff game, the Lobos rushed for over 300 yards. Taylor Tatum was spectacular with 222 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. That was accomplished despite a totally reshuffled offensive line with only 1 player, center Tavion Morgan, playing his original position. Tatum has scored 8 touchdowns in 2 playoff games. Longview held the Lone Star offense to 264 yards. The Lobos are led by stars at every level and give up only 9 points per game. Last week, Longview picked off 2 Lone Star passes. The Port Arthur Memorial Titans are the District 8 5A Division I champions. Coach Brian Morgan's team rolls in with an 11-1 record and on a 4-game winning streak. They survived a thrilling 4-overtime 52-50 win over Frisco Wakeland last weekend. Their offense has scored 40 or more points in 7 of their wins. They're led by outstanding dual-threat quarterback Davion Wilson, who passed for 357 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 117 yards and 3 more scores. His favorite target is wide receiver Caleb Goody, who grabbed 140 yards in receptions and 2 scores last week. Defensively, the Titans are very fast and athletic. They gave up 22 points a game. They allowed over 500 yards to Wakeland last week, including 474 yards through the air. But Coach John King says there were some busted coverage and mistakes. The Titans start 3 sophomores sophomores on the defensive line, but defensive end Michael Riles can be disruptive. Linebacker Davon Isles is a D1 prospect, and Taeyoung King is super fast. The winner of today's game will take on Mansfield Timberview in the Class 5A Division I Region 2 final matchup. We believe it will be at Mesquite Memorial on Friday. Mansfield Timberview beat Frisco Reedy 28-26 this afternoon in Bedford. Timberview had a 21-0 lead, had to withstand a furious Reedy comeback. Reedy missing on a 2-point conversion in the final 2 minutes. Bringing in Johnny Vaughn now from Abe Martin Stadium. Johnny, your thoughts about the ball game tonight and what we got to do to see the Longview Lobos come away with a win?
Well, I think you got to start with their quarterback, Davian Wilson. He transferred in from Decaney at the first of the year, and he actually replaced the quarterback that the last 2 years was the most valuable player in the district. He reminds me a lot of when we played Lancaster, with the exception that he's bigger and faster than their quarterback was, and he gave us some problems. He's got great speed. In the overtimes last week, he ended up with the biggest play, the last play, in which they scored and ended up winning the game by 2 points. He's 6'2", which is really unusual, I think, for quarterbacks most of the time in high school. He's extremely fast. They've got good running backs. The receivers are also speedy. I don't think that their defense is as good as some of the defenses we've seen, and I think Longview should try to attack that defense and try to run the ball. We've had great success the last 2 weeks, as you mentioned. Taylor Tatum has had 8 touchdowns in 2 games. So I think that may be a spot. And also, one of the things that stuck out in the game last week is the other team had a 6'2" or 6'3" tight end. Well, he ended up with 2 or 3 touchdown catches over their secondary, just kind of outmanned them, and we've got Jalen Hale. So I think we may see Longview try to get deep again several times with Jalen Hale against their defensive secondary.
Longview won the toss. They have deferred. And Port Arthur Memorial will receive to start the ball game. It's 59 degrees. We're expecting rain most of the evening. Something that Longview's been used to in playing in these playoffs, but Memorial has also played in the rain. They played in a monsoon against Barbers Hill back toward the end of the season, and they played in the rain last week as well. Memorial in the black uniforms. They have red numerals that are going to be really difficult to see. The Lobos are in their all white tonight with the green headgear, the green numerals, and the kickoff team coming out onto the field to open this ball game. Round 3 of the playoffs is nothing better than playing on Black Friday on a Thanksgiving weekend, and we're expecting a great football game, and we hope that you enjoy listening to the game tonight. If you couldn't make it here, if you didn't make it here, you're the only person in Longview still in town right now, I think, because there's a massive crowd on the visitor side, as Longview is the designated away team for tonight's ball game.
It seems like almost every playoff game that we play in, that our crowd is there. And again, not a bad crowd on this side, but Longview badly outnumbers Port Arthur's crowd.
Fields is going to kick it off from our left to our right. It's a short kick. It's taken at the 21-yard line. And then good kickoff coverage downfield. Tackle made out there by number 42, Isaiah Horton. Starting lineup for the Memorial Titans. Center will be T. Younger. The guards, Ephraim Clark and Kyle Morales. Caden Bowie injured tonight, but he was a captain and he is on the field. He has not played the last 2 ball games. Danny Haramil also in the lineup tonight. So Caden Bowie is going to play tonight. Davion Wilson is the quarterback. Jacorin Baker, the running back. Jaquan Holmes, Caleb Goody, and Quentin Harper are the receivers, along with Najaya Green. They'll come out 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. And they'll hand it off to the running back, sweeping right. He breaks a tackle, gets to the 23, 24-yard line. That's Baker. And Omarion Watkins made the stop for Memorial. Second down It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball at the 24. 3 wide to the left side. Play action, bubble screen out to the left side. It's caught to the 25 to the 26-yard line. I believe it's Najaya Green who made the tackle. Check that, Caleb Goody. And Chase Smith in on the stop.
That's a good play by the defense as he was out here. Little quick pass to him. Longview reacted well to the play.
This time empty backfield, 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left, back to throw on 3rd down and 4. Quick pass out to the right side. Open field, breaks a tackle at the 28. Still on his feet, gets the first down, gets out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Jakeevan Curry, and it's 1st down Memorial.
That's a missed tackle on the far line. Had a chance to force them to punt, but the tackle was missed.
They'll bring it out to the 37-yard line. 10:48 to play. First quarter, no score. 3 wide to the left side. Running backs lined up to the left. Wilson again swings it out to Baker. Baker around the corner to the 40-yard line and thrown down by Willie Nelson from his safety position. The starting defense for Longview, Omarion Watkins in the middle, Zarius Shepard and Billy Smith are the ends. The linebackers, Jeremiah Roosley, Caden Brooks, Tadarian Boone, and Chase Smith. Corners, Jaden Smith, Jakeevan Curry, Willie Nelson, and Dadrian Garrett are the safeties. 2nd down and 7 from the 41. And a handoff this time to Baker, trying the right side. He's going to get very little on the play. Strong defense on the left side for Longview. And he gains maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 42.
You got to believe they're going to throw the ball here.
Baker, the running back. They'll send 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field. Ball's on the right hash mark. Wing left. Wilson back to throw, fires, catches the man open, caught at the 41-yard line and goes out of bounds around the 39. Caleb Goody was the receiver on the play, and it's a gain of 21 yards.
That was a good route as they ran the flag over there in front of the safety, but behind the cornerback. It was a good throw and a good catch.
And Memorial running tempo, no huddle. And coming out of the ball game is that offensive tackle, Caden Bowie, who has been banged up the last couple of weeks. He's their best offensive lineman. 1st and 10 at the Lufkin 39-yard line. Man in motion goes to the right side. Running backs lined up to the right. Play action. Wilson looked to throw. Now he's going to pull it down and run it up the middle. Breaks a tackle, going to get outside. And a good open field tackle made out there by Zarius Shepard at around the 34-yard line, because it looked like Wilson was going to go a lot further than that. He was held to 5.
You get a good view of just how quick his feet are and how fast he is. He just about got outside and turned the corner.
Extremely dangerous quarterback. 2nd down and 5. Ball at the Longview 34. 2 wide to the left, wing left. Running backs lined up on the left side of the quarterback. RPO, caught over the middle by Goody to the 20, gets a block, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Titans.
So quick slant, 2-step drop, pops it in there, gets to the corner, turns it up, touchdown.
A well-executed play, and the receiver got a great block downfield to get around the edge. And Memorial on the board first. Luis Blanco will come on to try the extra point, as Memorial will kick it between the pipes. 7-0 Port Arthur Memorial over Longview. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
It's a 78-yard drive for Port Arthur Memorial to open the ball game. They got a big play from Wilson, 29 yards to Goody, and then Wilson throws a 34-yard touchdown pass to Good. It's a bubble screen or a quick in on RPO rather, and he got a block on the outside, was able to take it in to score, and it's 7-0 Port Arthur. And now the kickoff taken at the 7-yard line, brought out to the 20, 23-yard line, and that's where Longview is going to start as the kick was taken by Kelvin Washington. Longview will start this drive with 8:42 to go in the first quarter. Trailing now 7-0. They'll start at their own 24. Sorry, John.
I think it's really important, and not necessarily that Longview scores here, but they got to make a push against the defense because that first series, Longview's defense did not play that well.
They'll come out with one back, two wide receivers to the right side, and the handoff to Taylor Tatum. Tatum trying to find running room, gets a tough 4 or 5 yards out to the 28-yard line. Give him 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Lobos running from our left to our right this time. Lobos send Hale out wide right. Ball's in the middle of the field. Man in motion. Tatum swings out of the backfield. Allen fires it downfield. Caught by Hale at the 40 to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 16 yards and a first down for Longview.
Hale just ran a curl and was wide open, and Allen found him, drilled it in. You may see a lot of passes going to Jalen Hale tonight.
Memorial gave up 450-something yards passing last week to Frisco Wakeland, so they can be had in the air. Again, now they'll come out in the I formation this time with a fullback. Under center, Hale turns, hands off. Tatum hit at the line of scrimmage, fights for a couple, gets to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Starting defense for Memorial, 3 sophomores on the defensive line: Tavian Chapman, Michael Riles, Kentrell Roberts. Riles is a handful, according to John King. Caden Pete also up there. Check the linebackers in just a moment. 2nd down, it's actually 2nd and 7 from the 47. 3 wide to the left side. Allen back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Now he'll pull it down and run. Gets to the 50, to the 48-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards. They'll spot him at the 49, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Linebackers for the Titans: Darrell Thornton, Jeremy Houston, and David Isles, who's the best player on their defense. Corners: Nolan White, Jelani Chevalier, a commit to McNeese, Corey Smith-Jackson, and Jace Robertson are the safeties. 3rd down and 3 from the I formation. Wing right. Handoff. Tatum up the middle. He's going to get really close to the first down. I think he got it. Oh, maybe he's just a little short.
Yeah.
Possibly about a yard.
Let's see what Longview does. For 4th and 1, the ball's just past mid.
I know what John King's going to do.
Yeah.
Checking into the ball game right now is a number 61 who I have nowhere on my roster for the Titans. 4th and 1 from the I formation. Memorial offsides. They freeze it. Now John King is raising Cain about that not getting an encroachment call. Play clock to 3. Snap back, handoff. Tatum will fight. It's going to be really close. He may not have made it.
I don't think so.
And John King is giving the officials what for right now. He wants to know why there wasn't a flag when that defensive lineman jumped. He is out beyond the numbers right now, wanting to know why there wasn't a penalty against the Titans. But regardless, Memorial stuffs the Lobos.
Well, not just stuff the Lobos, but on 4th and short, they stuff Taylor Tatum, which just doesn't happen very often. They had enough penetration. They hit him and he couldn't go forward. But first possession, they score. First possession, they stop us on 4th and 1.
They'll start with 5:38 to go in the first quarter. They're at their own 47-yard line. Wilson fires a pass out the right side, and an illegal procedure penalty will be called pre-snap against the Titans. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty. They lost yardage on the play anyway, but they're going to back it up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. Looking at the little bit of tape we were able to find on Memorial, they are very, very fast and explosive. Quarterback is a dual threat monster. Back to throw, quick pass to the back, coming out of the backfield, swings it, breaks a tackle, gets hit at the 47-yard line in front of the Memorial bench. His tackle by number 4, Tadarian Boone. So speed on the defense for Longview to keep it from being an even bigger play. Gets him back to around the 49-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Wing right, 2 wide receivers to the right. Ball's on the left hash mark. This time Baker hit in the backfield. Will fight to get to the 50-yard line. And that's about all he's going to get. As number 99, Billy Smith made the stop. And Willie Nelson helped out. 3rd down and 8. Titans already with a 7-0 lead on the opening drive of the game. Held the Lobos on a 4th and 1 at midfield. They send a man in motion to the near side. Now has 2 wide receivers either side. Ball dropped by Wilson. Almost tackled it away, and he's going to run up the middle and get the 1st down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
Well, he dropped it, picked it up, and then made a play out of it. He's just got such great feet.
Jaden Simmons may have saved a touchdown by tackling him, but it's going to be 1st down for Memorial with 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. Port Arthur Memorial up 7-0 and driving on the Lobos now. 2 running backs lined up either side of the quarterback this time, 2 wide outs to the left. Now they'll send a man in motion. He sets up as a flanker in the left side. They'll hand it off on a sweep. Coming up the middle, getting to the 35-yard line and being knocked down there. Dadrian Garrett made the stop. The run was made by Tavon King. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3 at the Longview 35.
Right, one of the things they're doing is they're cutting back against the defense, and they've been effective doing that. That's what happened on that play.
They'll hand it off to Baker up the middle. Baker again breaks a tackle, but then Longview's defense closes, and they'll surround him and have 3 guys gang tackling him. That includes number 10, Buda Garrett. It's 3rd down and 3. Lobos need a stop here.
You got to have a stop here, because I think if they make any yardage at all, I think they'll go for it on 4th down. So
I believe they
play
might.
Here.
They may do it if they don't make any yardage here. 3 wide to the left side. Now they'll send the man in motion. He sets up on the right wing, and Wilson will roll to his left. Chased, caught back at the backfield. Ball comes out. Ball, fight for it. There's a scramble. Who's going to come up with it? The Lobos, I think, got it. We'll see. Lobos football on a fumble recovery. And it is number 32. Check that. Tadarian Boone tackling. Jordan Wright ripped it. And Caden Brooks came up with the fumble.
Yeah, now we talked about a minute ago the cutbacks. Well, he tried to cut back against us, and when he did, he was hit and coughed the ball up. That's a huge play for the defense.
A 3-man play there. And Lobos will start with 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. At their own 49-yard line, they swing it out, coming out of the backfield to Taylor Tatum. Nice open field tackle out there after a gain to the 48-yard line.
But that play right there shows how fast they are. is a little swing pack to Tatum, and he's out there one-on-one. We've seen plenty of times this year where he cuts back and makes a huge play. They've got speed everywhere.
2nd down and 7. Ball is at the Port Arthur 48. Tatum comes in motion. He'll get the jet sweep, gets around the left end. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to have a flag go down out there in front of the Longview bench.
That was a hold.
That's going to be a block in the back or a hold. You're right. That was going to be a nice gain for Taylor Tatum.
Yeah. Short side of the field, he was going to turn up. But we're going to have a penalty, a big one against us.
That hurts. 2:03 to play. Holding against Longview. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And they'll march the ball back into Longview territory at the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Lobos send Tatum in as a slot back. They'll have 4 wideouts, and then going in motion, Elijah Johnson. Allen will fire it out left side to Reese. Reese caught in the open field for a tackle. He is slung down out there. I believe the tackle was made by number 24. That would be Kendrell Roberts. Thornton actually credited with the tackle. Numbers are extremely difficult to read tonight. Black jerseys, red numbers, but barely, and they're scrunched together on top of it. 3rd down and 11 now. Longview comes out.
I believe here's where you got to go to Jalen Hill.
Lobos from their own 48-yard line. Allen rolls right, looks deep. Now he's going to pull it down. He's got to run. He's going to get to the 50. He's going to get hit hard at the 47-yard line. He's not going to get close to the 1st down. And the Lobos now are going to have to decide whether they want to keep the ball and go for it on 4th down and about 5, or if they want to punt the football and let their defense play field position. They're sending the punt team on.
He was looking at Hale, but they had him well covered. That's why he turned up the field. Nowhere to go.
So Memorial forces a punt. Michael Fields will come out. The line of scrimmage is the Memorial 47. Fields back at his 39. They have a lone punt returner. It's a high punt. It's going to bounce at the 16 and roll dead at around the 17-yard line. That punt 36 yards. And with 41 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter, Memorial will take over 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 17. Been all Memorial 1st quarter.
Yeah, offensively, they've been able to make the plays. They've just got such tremendous speed. It makes it difficult.
Memorial on the right hash mark has 2 wide receivers to the boundary, and they'll set up a wing to the right. Now they're looking to the left. They get it picked off at the 12-yard line. What an interception. Number 45 is Jeremiah Rusley, and he was trying to set up a screen on the right side, and Rusley jumped up in his face and picked it off in midair, only about 5 yards away from him.
Rugley's been making plays all year, and that was a great one. He puts Longview in great field position. I don't know how he caught it.
He was literally in the face of Wilson and snagged that ball out of the air. And so Longview's going to take over 1st and 10. With 36 seconds to go, they're going to be at the Port Arthur Memorial 12-yard line. From the I formation, 2 tight ends. Tatum in the backfield at tailback. Tatum will get a handoff. He gets hit in the backfield. They are not doing much to give him much running room right now. That offensive line has been shuffled around to try to make up for the loss of Mongo Williams. You've only got 1 lineman playing in his normal position Tatum right now with 6 rushes. He's only got 9 yards.
Well, the problem is that they're running this stuff front of 5-6 guys at the front, and then the linebackers right behind them, and then Darren Longview to run up the field. There's just no place to go. They're in it again.
Two tight ends again. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, the score, Port Arthur Memorial 7, Longview nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
East Texas. It's simpler life that we all enjoy and one we call home. We've been serving our neighbors for over 60 years. From the very beginning, through the college years, and when they return to begin their lives. We're more than a bank, established in Texas, for Texans. We're East Texas Professional Credit Union, and we're here for you. Welcome home.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for pie and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support@cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
On the opening play of the second quarter, a stretch run to Taylor Tatum to the right side. Looked like he might have a chance to break it. He got it to around the 7-yard line. Finally getting something. They've been trying the middle, and there's nowhere to go there. So this time they went wide and got a good block, and Tatum got 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 from the 7 with 11:31 to play here in the first half. I formation, 2 tight ends. They'll turn, hand it off to Tatum. Again, he tries the middle, and man, there's no running room there. They're not going to make a living running between the tackles tonight, at least not right now.
I think there's a flag thrown down in this corner, isn't there?
I'm looking. There is a flag down. Let's see what the penalty is. Sideline warning, telling everybody at the Port Arthur Memorial side to back up. Now it's 4th down and 5, and they're going to send Michael Fields on. They're going to spot the ball at the 13, a 23-yard field goal. The kick is up.
Yes.
Kick is good, and Longview's on the board. 10:58 to go in the first half. It's Port Arthur Memorial 7, Longview 3. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship. We're going down.
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs.
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
An incredible interception by Jeremiah Roosley at the 12-yard line of Port Arthur Memorial results in a 27-yard field goal by Michael Fields with 10:58 to play in the first half, and it's 7-3. Memorial leading over Longview. Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by Longview Kilgore Cable, First Choice Personnel, Bish RV, Soapy's Car Wash, Telco Plus Credit Union, Longview Orthopedics, the Bug Police, Krista's Good Shepherd Medical Center, Flood Out Restoration, and McDaniel's Quality Body Works. Fields tries the kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 21, brought out to the 27-yard line. A flag away from the play, coming from way downfield. And we'll check to see who's going to be called for that.
See, that we came away with 3 points on that. It was a missed opportunity after Rugley made a tremendous interception, and we start on the 13-yard line and can't get it in for the touchdown.
Conference between the officials right now. And now holding will be the call against the receiving team, Port Arthur Memorial. So they'll back them up.
Against the Titans.
Memorial will start this drive back at their own 16-yard line. They've been scary. Wilson comes out with 2 wide. He'll send the man in motion. They're going to fake a jet sweep, and then Wilson's going to keep it up the middle, 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line, and finally brought down there by Dadrian Garrett, but not before he picked up a ton of yards. Wilson super fast, gets out to the 34. It's a gain of 18 and a first down for Memorial.
Just the belly, he pulled it out, followed his block, and he's not only got great speed, but he's also big, and it makes a difference.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Memorial leading 7-3, sends the man in motion to the left side. He sets up on the left wing. Handoff to Baker, gets a block, shoots through, and gets yardage to around the 38-yard line.
Ball run by number 7, Jaquan Baker.
It'll be second down and 6. Caden Brooks made the tackle on the play.
Brings up second down.
And it's going to be spotted out at the 38-yard line. Second down and 6, 9:58 to play first half. At Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin, we see umbrellas opened now, so there must be a little bit of light rain out there. Again, a man in motion to the far side. Good. Sets up in the slot. Wilson back to throw. Chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's going to get big yardage, 45, 50. Ball punched out. Terrific play by number 4, Tadarian Boone, but he punched it out and it went out of bounds.
It's a great effort on his part, though, to try to make that play.
They'll give him yardage all the way out to the 46-yard line. In Longview territory, that's another 17-yard run. So 2 big runs by Wilson of 18 and 17. Now they're in Lobo territory, first and 10. At the Longview 46. Baker, handoff left side. Baker gets a push and will get all the way to the 42-yard line. Another 4-yard gain. So the Memorial offensive line pushing Longview back. Caden Brooks again on the stop. Second down and 5. Two wide to the left side. Wing to the left. Ball's in the middle of the field. Wilson will run it to the right. Now he'll cut it up, and he gets big yardage up the middle to the 35-yard line. He's going to have the first down after a gain of 7 on the play. Tadarian Boone makes the stop. And it's going to be a first down for Memorial at the 35, and Memorial doing just about anything they want to do right now.
Yeah, he runs the belly, and what he does when he pulls it back, then he cuts back to the other side of the line, and Longview's just got to have the pursuit. And so far, they've not been able to react.
Interior of their offensive line is opening up holes, too, and we're not used to seeing a lot of that from this Longview defense. Wilson back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Flag goes down. He gets hit. Ball comes out. Zarian Shepard knocked him down. Who came up with the ball? Lobos did. And it was Jeremiah Rusley recovering the fumble. Jordan Wright ripped it out again, and now there's a flag down.
And I think it's going to be a hold, though.
Let's check the call. It's big if it's against Longview. It wipes out a big turnover. It is against Memorial.
That's what I thought.
Longview's football.
I thought I saw him hold, and then he threw the flag, but you never know. But that's a good thing. Rugley's made 2 great plays in this game.
Well, Shepard sacked the quarterback. Wright ripped the ball. And then Jeremiah Rugley recovered the fumble. Longview ball, 8:11 to play. And they're at Port Arthur part of the field now at 46. They'll hand it off to Elijah Johnson, busted outside, 40, 35, still running at the 30, push the pile. First down Longview, 15-yard gain.
That's his first carry, and he's a lot different kind of back than Taylor Tatum. And if he can just get any crease, he's got enough power that he can power through, and that time he gets it down to the 30. It's an outstanding run.
Lobo football, 7:46 to play in the first half. This thing is flying. 1st and 10, Longview at the 30-yard line. They trail 7-3. Trying to cash in on a big fumble recovery, the second turnover. A timeout being called right now by Port Arthur Memorial. Let's take it with them. 30 seconds. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Oh, wait a minute. Timeout. Whoa, timeout.
This timeout brought to you by First Choice Personnel. For all your hiring needs. More Lobo football coming up.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Second quarter of tonight's ball game brought to you by Longview Kilgore Cable TV, the first to offer gig speeds to all the Longview area. Find them at cablelinks.com/getgig now. Memorial called a timeout after Elijah Johnson ripped off a 15-yard run. Johnny, you mentioned it, and Matt Houston is with us tonight, in from San Antonio, my son, and he spotted me. He says, you count the guys in the box, they've got 8, 9 people in the box right now, and you're kind of wondering when John Keene's going to call up a shot to Jalen Hale as the rain's starting to really come down now. I formation, 2 wide receivers to the left side, handoff up the middle, Tatum, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Longview.
But the difference in those last 2 plays, Brian, is they ran right at him. Instead of going wide, we just went straight ahead, got a crease, and that's a touchdown for the Lobos.
Taylor Tatum with a 30-yard touchdown run. Fields is going to come on to try the extra point. Lobos going up for the first time tonight. Tutt will hold. Snap is back, kicks up. Extra point good. Longview 10. Port Arthur Memorial 7 with 7:25 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Another turnover by Longview. A fumble recovery by Jeremiah Rugley leads to a Taylor Tatum 30-yard touchdown run. It's a 46-yard drive. Lobos up for the first time tonight. 10-7 over Port Arthur Memorial in round 3 of the playoffs.
Rugley, 2 great defensive plays on his part that have led to points for Longview.
Now the kickoff. Fields from our right to our left. It's a short kick taken at the 21. They'll pull it down, get hit. Boy, nice coverage downfield at the 28-yard line. That tackle made by number 42, Isaiah Horton.
Ball run by number 19, Jaquan Holman.
And Brandavian Steverson. And so Memorial will take over now, trailing for the first time in this game, 10-7, with 7:21 to go in the first half. They'll start at their own 29. They're on the left hash mark. They've got two wide receivers and a wing to the left on the short side of the field. They'll hand it off to Baker. Baker dances. He got hit in the hole and then was able to dance to his right and scoot up for another yard or two. Turns no gain into a 2-yard gain out to the 31. Omarion Watkins makes the stop. Second down and 8 from the 31. All the umbrellas are open now, as we expect rain pretty much for the rest of the ball game tonight, according to the radar. Play action, throw out to the right side. Good, spins at the 35, breaks a tackle to the 38, and then is knocked out of bounds by number 65, Jordan Wright, who's having a nice ball game tonight.
By number 10, Caleb Goody.
Caleb Goody transferred in from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, around my old stomping grounds. And he is a top-notch receiver. He's gotten offers. He's a Division I receiver. They'll bring it out to the 39. First and 10. Handoff. Baker gets a hole to the 45. Hole closes. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet across midfield to around the 48-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 14 yards and a first down. Jordan Wright made the tackle. But I'm telling you what, Jacorin Baker breaks some tackles.
Yeah, and he's got 72 yards. He's also a sophomore, if you can believe it.
So far, Matt Houston saying 6 missed tackles by the Lobos on defense tonight. That's just not like them. 2 wide to the left. Running back lined up to the left. Baker. Wilson keeps it on the zone read. He's not going to get much. He is a hard-running man, though, and he gets down to the 47-yard line. Ethan Pulte makes the stop after a 2-yard gain. You're not going to stop him for no gain.
He's just got the great speed and the great size.
As does Baker. They'll fight for every yard. Second down and 8 now. 5:20 to play here in the first half. Memorial won last week over Frisco Wakeland in 4 overtimes. 52-50. Blitz coming, hit as he throws. Ball open, caught on the sidelines, incomplete. He caught it out of bounds. Good, made a spectacular catch, but he couldn't keep his feet in. Caleb Goody, out of bounds on the play, incomplete.
Longview with a blitz from one of the linebackers. It hit him just as he tried to throw the football, and he still almost pulled it off.
5:03 to play in the first half. Davion Wilson with 2 running backs either side. He's in the gun. They'll have 2 wide outs to the left side. Third down and 8. Man in motion coming, and it sets up in the slot to the left. Wilson back to throw. Pressure coming again. Over the middle. Man open. Caught it, dropped it at the 5-yard line.
Ooh.
I think that's Goody again. He had it in his hands and had the defense beaten at the 5 and just flat dropped it. And the rain may have had something to do with that.
Maybe so, but that was right in his hands, and he just coughed it up.
Whew. Thank you, we needed that. Fourth down and 8, and the punt team comes on. Memorial punter, Blanco back at the 39. Pulls it down. Lets it go. Check that. That's Goody that punted it. Bounces at the 1. It's slapped back from the end zone down at the 2-yard line. And they call a touchback. So apparently they made the play while they were in the end zone and touched the ball, and it's going to come out to the 20. Wow, that's a big play for Longview to not have to start back at their own goal line.
It was really close, too.
Yes, it was. Brian Morgan, the coach for Memorial in his 5th year.
I got to tell you, he saw it kind of like I saw it from up here, but
Coach is hot. One of the officials was going to spot it at the 2 even after you saw the other 2 officials waving as a touchback. So not everybody in the stripes on the same page, and that just made Brian Morgan even hotter. 1st and 10 Longview. 4:45 to play in the first half. From the 20, handoff, Tatum. Boy, running room is tough to come by. He gets to the 24.
Ball run by number 2, Tatum.
4 yards, and it's 4 tough yards.
And they've, for the most part, bottled up Taylor Tatum, which nobody else has been able to do this year.
Not all year. Tatum now with 48 yards on 9 carries. He has the touchdown. 30 of that was on the touchdown run. 2nd down and 6. 2 wide out to the left side. Handoff up the middle. Across the 30 to the 32. Was that Elijah Johnson this time? It was. Johnson likes that tough yardage. He's never met contact he didn't like when he's running it up the middle. No. And he gets the first down.
He's really a very strong, he's the perfect fullback is what he is.
Yet he's got tailback speed.
Yes.
1st and 10, Lobos, 3:59 to go first half. They lead 10-7. They're at their own 32-yard line. Snap back to Allen. Looking, rushing to the right now. Still pulls it down. He's got a block. He's going to run. He gets knocked out of bounds around the 37-yard line in front of the Longview bench over on the visitor's side. Got 4 on the gain. It's going to be 2nd down. Check that, 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 with 3:44 to play, and the clock stopped. Halftime, we'll recap this. We'll try to run down some scores for you. We already know that if Longview advances tonight, they play Mansfield Timberview next Friday night at Mesquite Memorial Stadium. I formation. Hale squeezes in tight to the right. Handoff. Tatum. Busts a hole. Secondary. 50 to the 47-yard line. 17-yard gain by Taylor Tatum. First down, Longview.
Yeah, Tatum's starting to find a little running room.
Sometimes you just have to lean on him for a while, and eventually you get him to bend, and sooner or later you get him to break. 1st and 10, Longview in Memorial territory at the 48-yard line. Back to throw Allen. Looks deep. Right side. Throws it. Deep ball. Caught. 5-yard line. Touchdown, Longview.
That's a double move.
Jalen Hale.
He made a move inside on the post and took it back out to the corner. And it's just a great move by him to beat this. And the throw was just perfect.
Jordan Allen to Jalen Hale for 48 yards. Touchdown, Lobos. Fields comes on to try the extra point. Lobos taking the shot and making it count. Oh, bobble snap. Tutt now has to roll. He's just going to throw it up for grabs.
No.
Fight for it. It gets knocked down. The extra point try no good. So with 3:02 to go here in the first half, it's now Longview 16, Port Arthur Memorial 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Looking for a credit card with a great rate, no annual fee, and 24/7 fraud monitoring? An Eastman Credit Union Visa is exactly what you need this holiday season. Plus, through December 31st, you can earn more rewards and pay less interest. Earn double points on select net purchases using an ECU Cash Rewards or Platinum Preferred card. And pay 2.49% APR on all purchases using any ECU credit card. What are you waiting for? Visit ecu.org/earn more to get started today.
80-yard drive by the Longview Lobos, a 17-yard run by Taylor Tatum, and a 48-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Allen to Jalen Hale. Extra point try was messed up. No good, and it's 16-7. Longview on top with 3:02 to play here in the first half. But it sure doesn't feel like a big lead by the Lobos at this point.
No, consecutive possessions where they're able to get points, Longview. But you don't want to give up one here with 3:02 and give them the momentum going in at halftime.
Fields puts his foot into it. It's a high, short kick. It'll be taken at the 17, brought out to the 20, 25, 30, then brought down at about the 34-yard line, and a late flag comes in, and I'm going to guess that's going to be against the Lobos. Kaysen Brooks made the tackle on the play, and I cannot make out the number of that kid that returned the ball to save my life. My apologies, but Memorial makes it tough on you.
This is very difficult to read these numbers from here.
It's going to be against Memorial. They're going to spot the ball back at the 22-yard line. 2:57 to go, first half. 78 yards away, Memorial from a touchdown with less than 3 minutes to go here.
They're going to take a shot at some point in this series. Secondary needs to be ready.
Ball is in the middle of the field, too wide to the right side. They'll hand it off to Baker, sweeping right. He gets a block at the corner to the 30 and then gets run out of bounds by number 9, Jaden Simmons, but it's going to be a first down. Chevalier, was the guy who ran the ball. Jelani Chevalier. And now Baker checks back in. Move it out to the 33-yard line. 2:51 to go. This time rolling to his left. Wilson breaks a tackle. Flag goes down. Now he's still running. Hit at the 30. Gang tackle by the Lobos who are trying to strip the ball. They come up with it, but I don't think they're going to get the ball. Coming out with the ball was Kylon Sublett. But we'll see what that flag's about. That's going to be against Memorial. Saw somebody make a personal foul motion. Holding against Memorial. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. They'll spot the ball back at the Memorial 24-yard line. They've got to get to the 42 for a first down, so it's going to be first down and around 18. Check that 26. Now they spotted at the 23-yard line. I'm withholding comment.
Just don't want to get beat here. Deep.
It's good in the fact that they backed it up even more yardage, and again now with Memorial at their own 22. Damian Wilson, play action.
There you go.
Stopped at the mesh, and the Longview defense swarms at the handoff. Jordan Wright was the first man in there. Also in on the play, Chase Smith. Wow.
He just made a little swim move and was in the backfield.
He almost took the handoff.
Yeah.
Lost back to the 19. Second down and 23. 4 wideouts this time. Wilson back to throw. Pressure. Steps up in the run now. He'll get into the secondary. 25, 30. Hit from behind. Goes down at the 35-yard line. 17-yard run. But well short of the first down. Again, Jordan Wright all over the field tonight.
Number 65, Jordan Wright.
But man, Davian Wilson's shifty.
If you miss on him, he's going to make yardage.
Lobos take a timeout. Let's take it with them. 30 seconds. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Ball's at the 35-yard line. Longview called the timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. It's 1:46 to go in the first half. Longview leads at 16-7. Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn, Matt Morton back at the station producing. Matt Houston, the honorary spotter tonight, who points out that 7 of the missed tackles tonight, you see, he thinks of those 7 missed tackles, 5 of them were trying to bring down Davian Wilson, the quarterback.
I don't doubt that. But this is a big play, not just for them, but for us too. If we can stop them here, force them to punt into the wind, potentially you get the ball back and have a chance to maybe move into field goal range.
And keep in mind, Longview opens the second half with the ball. 3rd down and 8 at the 35 for Memorial. Wing right, 2 wide to the left. Wilson back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. He breaks another tackle. He runs to his right. He's still on the move. Fires it deep. It's caught at the 45-yard line. That is a ridiculous catch by Baker.
It's incredible.
All the way down to the 40-yard line for 26 yards and a first down. More missed tackles. First and 10 from the 40 at Longview. Memorial back to throw. Wilson again pressured. Runs out of the pocket. Fires it out of the sidelines into the Port Arthur bench.
Well, they continue to put a lot of pressure right up the middle there, the Lobo defense, but he is just so fast and so quick, it's hard to get him down.
You know, the pressure up the middle is great, but you may want to start trying to think about finding ways to keep him in the pocket.
Yeah.
Let him beat you with his arm. He'll kill you with his legs. 1:15 to play in the first half. 2 wide to the left side. Play action. Deep ball, left side. Man, nobody open, and the ball well overthrown.
Pass intended for number 14.
14, the intended receiver, Quentin Harper.
He's up 3rd down for the Titans.
And it'll be a 3rd down and 10. Lobos need to get a defensive stop here.
And that's Willie Nelson on that side, and he's a tough guy to beat deep.
You're not going to beat him deep very often.
Not very often.
Third down and 10 from the 40-yard line of Longview. Memorial has it with 2 wide receivers to either side. Back to throw Wilson. Pressure, fires it over the middle. Overthrown off the hands of Goody. Out there covering on the play, Dadrian Garrett. Ball was just thrown high.
Brings up 4th down for the Titans.
4th down and 10 now for Memorial.
Again, there's a lot of pressure on him up the middle. Forced out of the pocket and threw the ball a little high. They couldn't make the connection. You think they're not going to punt here?
Oh, no. Well, now they're going to call a timeout. Memorial calls a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters. Built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
1:03 to play here in the first half. Longview leads at 16-7 after trailing 7-3 in the end of the first quarter. Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn. Another observation made by Matt Houston. The Memorial starting to really rely on the pass. Not trying to run the football very much at this point, Johnny. And most of the running yards they got last week against Wayland were the quarterback run just on scrambles.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know that they use a running back that much in a running game.
They really don't. This is going to be an interesting decision on their part if they elect to not punt the ball here.
Well, they're going for it.
Yep.
On 4th and 10 from the Longview 40. Too wide to the right side, short side of the field. Wilson back to throw. Deep ball, right side. It's way overthrown. There was not a chance that Goody was going to get that. Coverage on the play by Willie Nelson. Ball goes over on downs. And the Longview defense starting to figure out some way to slow this Memorial team down.
This is giving Longview a chance with 57 seconds to go. You got Jalen Hale as a receiver. I think he may throw one up and see what happens.
He had an 82-yarder, I think, against Marshall, wasn't it?
Yep.
Back in the Week 2 ball game. You know he can go deep from anywhere on the field, an Alabama commit. They come out with 3 wide. Allen goes back to throw. They set up a screen. Tatum, check that. No, it was Elijah Johnson. Johnson spins and he'll run out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Pass caught by number 15, Elijah Johnson.
And that should be, well, he came out short by about a yard of the first down to the 49. Clock stopped with 50 seconds to go, first half. Halftime, we'll recap the scoring. We'll run through some of the other scores. And we'll also check in with Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob. And the things that they've got going on at halftime. 2 wide to the right side, second down and 1. From the gun, Allen drops straight back, looking. Now he's going to run up the middle, gets the first down and slides at the 46. A gain of 5 and a first down for the Lobos. Move the chains with 43 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. Lobos need to pick up the pace here a little bit.
Yep.
Hale goes wide right. Tatum will set up wide right. And a flag. No, check that timeout called, and John King not real happy about that.
Timeout, Lobos.
2 timeouts taken. That's the second timeout taken by the Lobos. And so with that, Johnny, what do you think of this first half?
This is 2 really good teams playing.
Well, you said it before. It's always going to get tougher the next round, and this is the toughest we've seen so far.
I think when you get in the third round, you're not going to play somebody that's not a good team. It's too hard to get even to this point, and there's clearly 2 good teams out here tonight.
Well, you just when you watched some of the highlights from Memorial, you just saw speed everywhere, and you had to know it was going to be a tough ball game. But when you come into a situation with a team you've never played before and a district you're not really used to competing against, there's a feeling out process that takes place.
And when you're as fast as that team is, it takes a while. You got to figure out what they're trying to do and how fast they can do it.
Lobos have the ball at the 49 at Port Arthur Memorial. They'll have 2 wideouts to the right. They'll hand it off left side. Elijah Johnson gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 9-yard run. And the clock stops at 22 seconds to go in the first half.
I got to tell you, it seems to me that what we're trying to do is set up for one of these deep passes to Hale.
Play action right here.
I think with 22 seconds left, I think you're going to see us go deep here.
Play clock's down to 8 seconds as they break the huddle. They need to get this thing going here. 4 seconds, 3. They're going to have to call another timeout. No, they got it off. Allen, quick pass, left side, caught. And out of bounds goes Elijah Johnson at the 35-yard line. It's a first down, Longview, with 17 seconds to go. Clock stopped. Great execution on the sidelines, moving the ball down the field and getting out of bounds.
Yeah, but poor clock management too, though.
Almost. They did get it off before the play clock ran out. Wind blowing hard out of the south to the back of the Lobos right now. Allen back to throw. Looking deep. Fires it downfield. End zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Longview! Jalen Hale.
Oh, you knew it was coming.
Tatum caught it. Tatum caught it. Taylor Tatum this time. Just ran right down the field.
He's got that great speed, and he runs a little post and gets behind the secondary.
Taylor Tatum showing he can get it done in the passing game. He can get it done running the football. 35-yard pass play with 12 seconds to go in the half. That ought to take some air out of Memorial.
It's got to.
Allen 7 of 7 for 112 yards and a touchdown, and the point after is good. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Longview scores with 12 seconds to go in the half. Jordan Allen to Taylor Tatum. 35 yards for the touchdown to make it 23-7 right here before halftime. And again, keep in mind, Memorial kicks off to open the second half.
That was just a perfect pass, and Taylor Tatum, with his great speed, was able to get behind the secondary but a couple of steps and made the catch. What a big touchdown, though.
Massive right here, right before half, too. Fields will kick it off with the wind to his back. It's short, it's low, it's taken at the 8-yard line, brought out to the 10, 15, closing on him at the 16-yard line. Nice kickoff coverage. Nolan White was the return man, and it was number 6, Willie Nelson, making the tackle. And so with 7 seconds remaining in the half now, Memorial deep in their own territory. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve.
Well,
Lobo, go ahead.
Kind of only got two choices: one, take a knee, or throw it deep.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be in what you'd call a victory formation. They are just going to take a knee unless they decide to fake something. They're going to be happy just to get out of here at halftime. Halftime, the score: Longview 23, Port Arthur Memorial 7. In the third round of the playoffs, the regional semifinals of Class 5A Division I, Region 2. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
The best things in life are free. The simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD, and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Bish's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bish's is built on family, and fun, and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bish's RV, where memories begin.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Sleek and sporty, or bold and spacious, we have the SUV you're looking for to fit you and your lifestyle. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery, or come see us to reserve the SUV you need with the options you want. Peters Chevrolet. Find new roads.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
There's a new crane company in town. The name? Conquest Crane. Conquest Crane Services, that is. Do you need something lifted? Do you need something moved? Any job at all. If you need a crane, just call. Conquest Crane Services ain't no bushwhacker. This is a family business, fine as cream gravy. Conquest Crane Services is in Longview with the big lifting machines. Cranes. They get the big jobs done. ConquestCraneServices.com.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the bug police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Soapy's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Soapy's is a place to be.
Once again, Soapy's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar, the perfect venue for your office holiday party. David and his staff will make it a fantastic event with great food and an inviting atmosphere. It's time to book your company party at GZ's. How about an office lunch or cocktail party with fresh sushi and Asian delicacies along with cheese and fruit trays? The holidays get even merrier by taking your employees or family to GZ's Asian Bistro. Reserve your holiday party. Call 247-8000. That's 247-8000. Gift certificates available. GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar in the Village on Judson Road in Longview.
Go all the way back to the beginning when God
creative football. Football! Let's go!
Welcome to the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Halftime from Abe Martin Stadium and John Outlaw Memorial Field in Lufkin, Texas. Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn and the Longview Lobos leading in the regional semifinals of the Class 5A Division I Region 2 playoffs. 23-7 over the Port Arthur Memorial Titans. Recapping the scoring in this ball game, Longview won the toss, elected to kick off. Memorial took it down the field to open the game. They had a big pass play from Davion Wilson to Caleb Goody for 29 yards, and that was followed up by a Wilson to Goody 34-yard touchdown pass. Point after was good. Memorial led 8:48 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Lobo defense then rises up and gets 2 turnovers. They force a fumble, and Caden Brooks recovers it, but they're not able to turn it into points. Later on, though, Jeremiah Rusley makes an unbelievable interception, picks off Davion Wilson right there at about the 12-yard line, deep in Memorial territory, and the Longview Lobos able to turn that into a field goal in the second quarter as Fields hits a 23-yarder to make it 7-3. Memorial still on top with 10:58 to go in the first half. Later on, Memorial with another turnover, big defensive play. Zarius Shepard with a sack. The ball ripped out, and Jeremiah Rusley again recovering the fumble. That led to a 56-yard touchdown drive for the Lobos. Taylor Tatum with a 30-yard touchdown run gave the Lobos a 10-7 lead with 7:25 to play in the first half. Later in the half, Longview with an 80-yard drive, Tatum with a 17-yard run, and then Jordan Allen hits Jalen Hale for 48 yards and a score. The point after was no good, and Longview led it 16-7 with 3:02 to play in the first half. Longview not done, though. They stiffen and hold Memorial on downs late in the first half and then come right back with an Allen to Taylor Tatum 35-yard touchdown pass. That made it 23-7 Longview with 12 seconds to go at the halftime. And at half, we have the score as it sits, 23-7, Longview leading the Titans. Johnny Vaughn, this game just feels a lot closer than that score shows right now.
It's no doubt about it. Our last 2 possessions, we came away with scores, which is how we got to the lead that we have. But our 2 big guns have made plays. Allen to Tatum for a long touchdown, and Hale with a long touchdown. And then defensively, we've put a lot of pressure on them. They've made some plays, but we're putting a lot of pressure up front, and has forced them to throw some passes that go incomplete. Now they've had some people that look like we're open, but for whatever reason they don't make the connection. But we've done a pretty good job since really early in the game figuring out what they're trying to do. But they have got just tremendous speed. So don't be fooled by this score 23-7 and think that they don't have the ability to come back in this game.
Oh, no doubt about it. Now the good news is Longview scored right before half, and they will open the second half. We assume they'll receive the ball on the kickoff unless Memorial tries an onside kick, and we've seen that a few times in the playoffs already as well. All right, we're going to continue the halftime show. It is brought to you tonight by Eastman Credit Union. When we come back, Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob will take us part of the way here at halftime. Again, at the half, our score, Longview 23 and Port Arthur Memorial 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
East Texas. It's simpler life that we all enjoy and one we call home. We've been serving our neighbors for over 60 years. From the very beginning, through the college years, and when they return to begin their lives. We're more than a bank, established in Texas for Texans. We're East Texas Professional Credit Union, and we're here for you. Welcome home.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys. 4-leaf clover. Needle in a haystack. True love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar, the perfect venue for your office holiday party. David and his staff will make it a fantastic event with great food and an inviting atmosphere. It's time to book your company party at GZ's. How about an office lunch or cocktail party with fresh sushi and Asian delicacies along with cheese and fruit trays? The holidays get even merrier by taking your employees or family to GZ's Asian Bistro. Reserve your holiday party. Call 247-8000. That's 247-8000. Gift certificates available. GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar in the Village on Judson Road in Longview.
Looking for a credit card with a great rate, no annual fee, and 24/7 fraud monitoring? An Eastman Credit Union Visa is exactly what you need this holiday season. Plus, through December 31st, you can earn more rewards and pay less interest. Earn double points on select net purchases using an ECU Cash Rewards or Platinum Preferred card. And pay 2.49% APR on all purchases using any ECU credit card. What are you waiting for? Visit ecu.org/earn-more to get started today.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for Pi and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support@cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM.
This is the halftime report.
Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob on your Eastman Credit Union halftime show. And after this big Lobo victory, we head to the regional finals. On your way home, you're going to want to know how the other teams in East Texas did today. It's a big Black Friday for high school football. And we got Pigskin Bob covering all the games. So listen to us on 105.7 KYKX or The Ranch, 104.1 KKUS on your way back. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show, Bob. Let's talk about some of those games going on right now.
Okay, in 5A Division II, East Texas wasn't well represented in 5A D2 football.
Right.
You got Terrell taking on Melissa. We can kind of claim those as East Texas teams. And then the winner of that will get the Midlothian Heritage South Oak Cliff winner.
Go Golden Bears.
Neither one of those is an East Texas team.
Yeah, but I'm a Golden Bears fan.
All right, in 4A Division I, you got Chapel Hill taking on Lumberton tonight.
Yeah, and if Chapel Hill can win that, they'll get the winner of the Lindale-Kilgore game played earlier today.
All right, in 4A Division II, it's all about Carthage and Gilmer.
Oh, the game of the night.
It's all about Carthage and Gilmer.
The game of the night that's not the Lobos is going on at Lobos Stadium.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. Bulldogs, Buckeyes, man, everyone's talking about this game.
Rain, clear skies, no matter what. That stadium is full over that football game.
Oh, yeah.
All right, in 3A Division I, you weren't well represented there with East Texas teams. You had Pottsboro was taking on Grandview.
Okay.
And then you got West taking on Malakoff.
Yep. Well, Malakoff has really come on. I know West is the favorite, but I would not be surprised if the Tigers get that victory.
And would you be surprised if the Dangerfield Tigers won this evening? They take on Newton, the Figs.
I don't know about surprised. Probably, again, not favorite, but I would not be surprised if Dangerfield won.
I think they have a good shot of winning. Just like some people don't think that Gilmer is going to beat Carthage, I think Gilmer's going to hang in there. I think that's going to take 4 quarters for that game to be over.
I would agree with you.
All right. In 2A Division I, it's Cooper taking on Joaquin.
My Joaquin Rams, a tall test. Cooper, undefeated this year, but Joaquin has played great football, only losing by 1 to Beckville on week 2 of the season and 3 to a great Timpson team. And you saw what they did to Beckville last week. My Rams are going to give them a game tonight at Rose Stadium.
Now, does if Joaquin wins, do they see Timpson next? Because Timpson's has Centerville, and Centerville is better than you think they are.
Well, I think they're going to get smoked. I think Timpson's going to beat them by 40. So you're saying 39?
I'm saying it's close. I'm saying it's under 40.
I'm just hoping for a Joaquin-Timpson rematch next week.
Okay, and in 2A Division II, it's Carlisle and Lovelady fighting it out tonight, and we'll have all the scores on that one as well.
There you go. So enjoy your Eastman Credit Union halftime show. We'll send it back to the stadium for Johnny Vaughn and Brian Houston as their call for the second half of the Longview Lobos regional semifinal game against Port Arthur Memorial on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
East Texas. It's simpler life that we all enjoy and one we call home. We've been serving our neighbors for over 60 years. From the very beginning, through the college years, and when they return to begin their lives. We're more than a bank, established in Texas for Texans. We're East Texas Professional Credit Union, and we're here for you. Welcome home.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
East Texas. It's simpler life that we all enjoy and one we call home. We've been serving our neighbors for over 60 years. From the very beginning, through the college years, and when they return to begin their lives. We're more than a bank, established in Texas for Texans. We're East Texas Professional Credit Union, and we're here for you. Welcome home. Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Sleek and sporty or bold and spacious, we have the SUV you're looking for to fit you and your lifestyle. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery, or come see us to reserve the SUV you need with the options you want. Peters Chevrolet. Find new roads.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Looking for a credit card with a great rate, no annual fee, and 24/7 fraud monitoring? An Eastman Credit Union Visa is exactly what you need this holiday season. Plus, through December 31st, you can earn more rewards and pay less interest. Earn double points on select net purchases using an ECU Cash Rewards or Platinum Preferred card. And pay 2.49% APR on all purchases using any ECU credit card. What are you waiting for? Visit ecu.org/earn more to get started today.
Unit 1, move out. Roger. Unit 2, move out.
10-4.
Unit 3, move out.
Got it.
Remember, men, your mission is to find every nook and cranny the enemy can use to infiltrate this premises. Then it will be your duty to neutralize the invaders with extreme prejudice.
Copy that.
Roger.
Moving out. Don't let the pest take over your home. Shut down the operation today. Call the Bug Police to patrol your property at 553-9003 or visit them online at thebugpolice.com. The Bug Police. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
Halftime at A. Martin Stadium in Lufkin, where the Longview Lobos have a 23-7 lead over Port Arthur Memorial. At the intermission, as we are in round 3, the regional semifinals of the Class 5A Division 1 regional semifinals. We know that if Longview holds on to this lead and moves on, they will play against Mansfield Timberview. They won this afternoon 28-26 over Frisco Reedy. After having a 21-0 lead, Reedy scored 13 points in the fourth quarter and had a shot to tie the ball game with a 2-point conversion with about 2 minutes to go in the ball game, and it came up short, and Timberview was able to advance. So we know that if Longview holds on tonight, then it'll be Longview against Mansfield Timberview next Friday night at Mesquite Memorial Stadium. Don't know the kickoff time yet. We'll find out. Last time we played in the Dallas area Cup last week, it was a 7 o'clock kickoff, so we'll see what happens there. Other scores from around the area, just to get you caught up to date. The big one over at Lobo Stadium tonight. Carthage in the third quarter leading Gilmer 50-7. 50-7 in the third quarter. Carthage up, and we thought that was a game that might be for the state championship, and it's awfully one-sided. Other scores this afternoon: Kilgore beat Lindale 63-37. Chapel Hill is trailing Lumberton 17-0 at halftime. Harmony beat West Rusk today 38-35. In the fourth quarter, Newton leads Dangerfield 16-12. Malakoff and West are tied in the second quarter at 7 apiece. In 2A, Cooper leads Joaquin 7-3. Timpson leads Centerville 21-7. And Carlisle is up 21-12 over Lovelady. Johnny, just a few numbers here. Jordan Allen, 7 for 7, 117 yards, touchdown. Also has 4 carries for 20 yards. 2 touchdown passes by Jordan Allen. Now 1 to Taylor Tatum and 1 to Jalen Hales. So passing game, they haven't had to throw it much, but when they've done it, it's been with a dagger.
Yeah, thrown 7, completed 7. And this is, I think, the best game that Jordan Allen has had in a while, and he's thrown the ball on the money. We've made some big plays. We've run the ball well. It took us a little bit to get used to the speed, but I think we've got it down now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half.
Kicking off, it's Port Arthur Memorial kicking off. It's taken at the 15, out to the 20. Washington has the 25. Flag goes down. That'll be a block in the back, and then, is he blown up at the 38-yard line. He had to take all that punishment for nothing because that one's coming back.
Flag on the play.
So that Kelvin Washington, the return man, wipe out that return. And the block in the back will bring it all the way back. Holding was the call. And so Longview will start with a 23-7 lead. And the ball will be placed at their own 20-yard line to start this drive. Tavian Morgan will be the center. The guards, Martin Guerrero and Jacoby Watts. Tackles, Jax Norman and Fernando Longoria. Tight end is Angel Ramos. Jalen Hale, DeKalen Reese, the wide receivers. Jordan Allen, the quarterback. Elijah Johnson, the fullback. And Taylor Tatum is the tailback. They'll come out in the I formation with 2 wideouts to the right side. They'll hand it off. Tatum up the middle. Bounces it outside. 25, 30, 33, 34-yard line. 14-yard gain to open the second half.
And he was hit at the line of scrimmage and then was able to break the tackle and get to the sideline. It doesn't hurt to have a back like that.
No, sir, it doesn't. 14-yard gain, 1st and 10 for Longview. Caden Pete, Tavion Chapman, Michael Riles, and Kentrell Roberts on the front for Memorial. The linebackers, Darrell Thornton, Jeremy Houston, and Davian Isles. The corners, Nolan White, Jelani Chevalier, Ja'Cory Smith Jackson, and Jace Robertson are the safeties. 11:45 to go in the third quarter. Play action. Quick pass out to the right side, coming out of the backfield. Tatum gets a hole. It's checked out. Elijah Johnson. A flag goes down at the 45 as he gets across midfield. I'm guessing that'll be an illegal block. Hale was down there leading the way, and we'll see if that penalty brings that play back. It is holding. Jalen Hale got caught on the hold out there on the edge.
Holding against the Lobos.
Yeah, the hold, and he actually probably didn't need to even make the block as Elijah Johnson caught it and turned up the field. Play the penalty behind him on the play.
So that'll bring that ball back to the 37-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and 8. Spot foul. And they'll come out in the gun. 2 wide to the right. Ball's on the left hash mark. They'll roll it to the left, and Allen's just going to keep it and run. He's going to get the 1st down, gets a big block on the edge by Hale, and will run out of bounds in Memorial territory at the 49-yard line for 15 yards and a 1st down.
Jackson. 1st down, Lobos.
He's having his best game of the year, I think.
Tell you what, they need him tonight. They need his legs. They need that big arm. 1st and 10, Lobos in Memorial territory. Two wideouts to the right side on 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. In the eye, play action. Allen looking deep, over the middle. Tripped up at the 10-yard line. Incidental contact, no flag on the play. Hawkins was the intended receiver. Frederick Hawkins. But he and the defender got their legs tangled up, and they'll bring that one back incomplete.
And Hawkins has caught, 2 long touchdown passes this year when he's come in, and he runs a deep post in. They're trying to go for the 7-pointer, but it's a little overthrown.
From the 49-yard line, 2nd and 10. Lobos have the ball, 23-7 on top of the Titans. 2 wide to the right side. Again, quarterback will just run it on a sweep to the right side. Gets to the 47-yard line. Gain of 3. And we'll look at a 3rd down.
Jordan Allen with the carry.
That's a play we haven't seen a lot of this year.
No, it's especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks, Allen's had very few runs.
We've got an injured player in front of the Memorial bench. So let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
East Texas. It's simpler life that we all enjoy and one we call home. We've been serving our neighbors for over 60 years. From the very beginning, through the college years, and when they return to begin their lives. We're more than a bank, established in Texas for Texans. We're East Texas Professional Credit Union, and we're here for you. Welcome home.
All right, we have a discrepancy. The Russin judge calling in to let us know that the Carthage score may be incorrect. Got that from the red zone. We'll check it in a moment. 3rd down and 9. Quick pass, left side. Low, caught, and still on the run. Jalen Hale out to the 30, to the 25, and out of bounds. And it's a 23-yard gain and a 1st down. Thought he might have gotten a horse collar tackle there as well. There's a flag out there, isn't there? Or have I missed it? I didn't see a flag. I thought I did until I think it's just garbage on the field right now. But a big play for Longview, as they're already up 23-7. Now they'll come out in the I formation. They've got 2 wide receivers going to the right. Handoff to Tatum up the middle. This time he finds running room, and he gets to the 16-yard line for a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Last time your friend texted, you said Carthage is leading what? 21 to 7?
21 to 7.
21-7. Okay, that makes better sense. The score we got from the Red Zone website said 50-7. That didn't sound right. Gilmer's too good to be that far down, you would think. 2nd down and 3. Lobos in the eye again. Hand off to the fullback this time. Elijah Johnson, 10, 5, touchdown, Longview.
Elijah Johnson, he's just so powerful. It's a counter dive to him, and he just makes a move and gets into the end zone. We got lots of weapons, too.
17-yard touchdown run by the Lobos. And they're starting to blow this thing open now. 29-7 the score, and Fields comes on to try to make it an even 30.
Kicking for the Lobos, number 98, Michael Fields.
Kick is up, kick is good, and with 8:21 to play in the 3rd quarter, Longview 30, Port Arthur Memorial 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
The votes are in. We're going to say it's Carthage 21-7 over Gilmer late in the 4th quarter. Nice to know somebody's listening, though. That's good.
Yeah, really.
They'll always let you know when the score's wrong. 8:21 to go at Abe Martin Stadium. Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn here, and the Lobos take it 80 yards to open the second half. And Elijah Johnson takes it in from 17 yards out with 8:21 to go in the third quarter, and it is now 30-7. Lobos kick it off left to right. Taken 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. 10, 15, and down at the 17-yard line. And the return man, number three, Nolan White, is stopped short of the 20, and so the Lobos on defense now. Port Arthur Memorial with Davian Wilson at quarterback. Extremely dangerous, but they've managed to limit the big plays that Memorial's been able to break in the first half. Jacorin Baker, usually in it running back. We'll check the rest of the lineup in just a second as they'll start at their own 17. Back to throw. Check that handoff. Run up the middle to the 21-yard line. Wilson kept it and brought it out for 4 yards, and it was Caden Brooks who's having a nice night on defense.
Yeah, and Longview's front four in general have put a lot of pressure on the quarterback the entire game, and they just keep doing it the second half also.
Second down and 6. Man motions to the wing on the right. They'll hand it off. No, play action now. Quick bootleg out to the right side. Blown up by number 3, Chase Smith, out at the 15-yard line. John Holmes was the receiver, and he gained only 1 on the play. Chase Smith with a great play out there at linebacker for the Lobos.
Longview's defense is just deadly. I mean, everybody out there is a great player, and give them enough time, they're going to figure out what you're doing. It makes it really difficult to move the ball.
John Berry's defense is lights out all year long. They only give up about 9 points a game. Back to throw now. Wilson chased out of the pocket, up the middle. He gets hit hard at around the 18-yard line. I mean, somebody finally got their money's worth on Davian Wilson.
Yeah.
I believe it was Boone, Tadarian Boone. Why not?
He's been getting his money worth on a lot of people the whole year.
Boone came into this game with 83 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 9 pass breakups, 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 3 defensive touchdowns, a couple of forced fumbles, a recovery, and a blocked punt. Snap back, pressure in the punter's face. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to bounce and then take a big Memorial roll from the 39 all the way into Longview territory and die at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a 37-yard punt that didn't look like it was going to go that far when it left his foot.
Ball stopped at the 47-yard line.
So the Lobos with a 30-7 lead with 6:02 to play here in the third quarter.
And I think what you're seeing, Brian, is this is the reason Longview's been ranked number 1 all season. Is they've just got so many weapons and they play so hard, and it's just going to be tough to beat them. There may be somebody out there that can, but they've really got a good football team.
Hand off to Tatum, and he's hit in the hole, and he's brought down for no gain on the play by that Memorial defense.
Stop by number 20, Jace Robertson.
Jace Robertson, number 20, made the tackle at second down and 10. We said it before and we'll say it all year. The Lobo defense, as stingy as they are, and when you can run the ball like Longview does and you have that kind of defense, you can go a long way in the playoffs. 2 wide to the right side, ball's on the left hash mark in the gun. Allen. Play action, slant over the middle. Hale caught it at the 40, breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Longview.
My goodness.
53 yards.
Oh, well.
On a slant pass to Jalen Hale.
A slant pass where he's hit and breaks the tackle and then goes the distance for the score.
Third touchdown pass of the night for Allen. Second touchdown catch of the night for Jalen Hale, the Alabama commit. And the Lobos about to go up by 20. By 30, check that. Fields will try the extra point. Kicks up. Kicks good. Longview 37. Port Arthur Memorial 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Longview with a 53-yard drive. Jordan Allen with a slant to Jalen Hale. He takes it to the house from 53 yards out. And the Longview Lobos are up 37-7 with 5:08 to go in the third quarter. And barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they're going to be playing next Friday night in Mesquite. Fields will kick it off, left to right. Taken at the 3. Now he'll hand it off. Going to his right, 10, 15, 20. Out in the open, 30. Flag goes down as a long kickoff return to the 50 is going to get brought back.
Well, I think it's going to be a block in the back.
Things are not going well for Port Arthur Memorial now. And it's all going Longview's way with 4:57 to go in the third quarter. Jalen Hale right now, unofficially with 4 catches, 139 yards receptions, and 2 touchdowns. And the penalty against Port Arthur Memorial.
Personal foul against
Memorial. So that'll be a 15-yard spot foul.
Just going through their wins this year, they scored 50, 42, 48, 54, 63, 34, 48, and 40.
And they've got 7 right now.
Yep.
That's incredible. But we've seen that in all these teams that Longview's played in the playoffs. They've all been high-scoring teams, and they get suffocated by this defense. 4 wide this time for Memorial as they start at their own 14-yard line. Pass is incomplete. They tried to set up a quick bubble screen out on the left side to Goody, and it was no good.
Yeah, well, he dropped the ball because he was looking at the defensive guy coming. He took his eyes off the ball.
Well, as you mentioned, Johnny, just talking to stats going through the game, nobody's done this to them defensively this year, and it's got to be a shock to the system. 2 wideouts to the left side. Now the man will set up in the left slot. They'll hand it off to Baker, sweeping left. He'll get out to about the 18-yard line.
Ball is right by number 6,
And Chase Smith.
Stop by number 3, Chase Smith.
Correction, Chevalier was the running back on the play. Again, the numbers are impossible to read, so. Ball's on the 18-yard line with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Lobos up by 30. They have 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Wilson, blitz coming, Boone gets him, takes him down. Back at the 5. Omarion Watkins got one, but went back there to get a chicken wing while it was down too. So
I got to. Tadarian Boone truly is a remarkable high school football player.
He is fantastic. If he's not All-State, they ought to do away with the honor. 3:39 to go, and now Memorial has to punt from their own end zone. Line of scrimmage is the 8. Punter set back up about 8 yards deep. Good snap. Oh, there's a whistle. Somebody called timeout, or did you see a flag? Delay of game, okay. They let the play. That's not going to help anything. Yep, they let the play clock get away from them. Memorial came into this game 11-1. Their only loss, John King told me, they lost to Baytown Lee, the worst team in their district. There's one of those nights where they just came out, had a bad night against a bad opponent. High snap this time. No pressure on the punter, though. It's a low kick, and it's going to be taken. Nelson muffs it. Now he'll pick it up at the 48. Has the ball at the 40. Stutter steps. Going to try to break outside, and he's tackled in the open field at the 38-yard line. Thought he might have something there after he muffed it and picked it back up.
Yeah, and if he could have just gotten by a couple of them, he could have headed up the sideline for a big return.
So Longview's going to start on a short field now. Up 30, they'll be at the Memorial 37-yard line. 1st and 10, and they're in the I formation. They send 2 wide to the right. Handoff, Tatum up the middle, 30, 25, down at the 24-yard line. 15 yards and a first down. And the Lobos now starting to take control on the line of scrimmage. It was tough going in the first quarter.
And he's at 146 yards rushing.
Had over 200 last week. 3 touchdowns last week. Had 5 touchdowns in the first playoff game against Crosby. 1st and 10 from the 24. Lobos again in the I. Tatum takes it on the stretch play this time. Left side, gets to the 20-yard line for a 4-yard gain. And Tatum slow to get up. There's some japping going on now, as you might expect. This thing may get a little chippy now.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
And there's going to be a penalty against Longview on that one. That's not going to make John King happy. Let's see what the call is. Holding. Call was holding against Longview. Lobos back at the 32-yard line now. 1st down and 18. In the I again. They'll hand it off again. Up the middle. Fighting for yardage. Tatum still running. Gets inside the 25. Check that. Kelvin Washington in a tailback this time. And Washington got it to the 24. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9 with 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I think we're through with Tatum being in this game.
Maybe right. 3 wide to the right side now, and they're in the gun again. Elijah Johnson takes the handoff. Bounces, cuts up the middle, gets to the 17-yard line. Another 7-yard gain for Elijah Johnson. Moving to 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Lobos now appear ready to just start pounding the rock and salting this thing away. Really impressive 2nd and 3rd quarter performance by the Lobos after Memorial got off to such a hot start in the 1st quarter.
They kind of figured out what they needed to do, and ever since then, it's been all Lobos.
He'll come out with 2 wide to the right, wide receiver lined up wide left, handoff. Elijah Johnson up the middle, fighting to the 15, to the 5. My goodness, Elijah Johnson. You think he got him stopped, and he'll carry you for 5 more yards most of the time. That gets to the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Lobos, with 23 seconds to go in the quarter.
Elijah Johnson is 100%er 100% of the time. I mean, you get effort from him every time he touches the ball.
Don't think you're ever going to have him stopped on that first contact.
No.
It's not going to happen. 10 seconds. It looks like they're going to let the clock run out here at the end of the 3rd quarter. And in doing so, they go to the 4th, 12 minutes away from round 4 of the playoffs. After 3, Longview 37, Port Arthur Memorial 7. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for pie and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support at cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by Longview Kilgore Cable, First Choice Personnel, Bish RV, Soapy's Car Wash, Telco Plus Credit Union, Longview Orthopedics, the Bug Police, Christus Grit Shepherd Medical Center, Flood Out Restoration, McDaniel's Quality Body Works. Lobos have the football at the 5-yard line of Memorial, up 30 and looking to extend that lead. Handoff. Johnson up the middle, end zone. No, he stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Elijah Johnson. 2nd down.
4th quarter of this game brought to you by Longview Kilgore Cable TV, the first to offer gig speeds to all the Longview area. Find them at cablelinks.com/getgignow. You were saying, Johnny?
I was fixing to say, you kind of feel like you ought to give it back to Elijah Johnson, as he's gotten most of this yardage in this whole drive.
Well, he's in there at running back to the right side. Handoff goes to Johnson, and he's in for the score. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Lobos now in complete control.
Elijah Johnson.
4-yard run by Johnson. And the Lobos are now 43-7. And about to make it 44 if the kick is good.
This is a remarkable effort on the part of Longview tonight. Once they figured out what to do, it's been all Lobos the rest of the way.
Michael Fields comes in to try the extra point. Andrew Tutt will hold. Kicks up, and flags are going down everywhere as the kick is good. Let's see what the penalty is.
Flags on the play.
The point after stands. That makes it 44-7. And now let's see what the penalty call is.
Got a
personal foul, and it's against Port Arthur Memorial, and they'll assess it on the kickoff. So after that touchdown, Longview up 44-7 with 11:11 to go in the ball game. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar, the perfect venue for your office holiday party. David and his staff will make it a fantastic event with great food and an inviting atmosphere. It's time to book your company party at GZ's. How about an office lunch or cocktail party with fresh sushi and Asian delicacies along with cheese and fruit trays? The holidays get even merrier by taking your employees or family to GZ's Asian Bistro. Reserve your holiday party. Call 247-8000. That's 247-8000. Gift certificates available. GZ's Asian Bistro and Sushi Bar in the Village on Judson Road in Longview.
Johnny Vaughn. Johnny, you were just saying?
Yeah, what I was saying is that the last 2 years, Longview's lost in the third round, both of those times to Denton Ryan, and I feel like that there was some conversation about that between the team and the coaches this week. They're going to go advance this year, and it's a hurdle we hadn't been able to get over the last two seasons with good teams. So hats off to this team tonight.
Well, John King has talked about how mature this team is, how unselfish it is. He hasn't had to stay on them or had to redirect their focus or any of the kinds of things that he says he's had to deal with some other teams. This team is always ready. He doesn't have to do a lot of extra coaching, so to speak.
Well, and I think part of that is because they're great players or great leaders on the team, and that's what you got here.
You got a ton of experience on this team, too. Even though there's a lot of guys that'll be back next year, these guys have played a lot of football. The kickoff from the 45-yard line in Memorial territory goes through the back of the end zone. And Memorial now, with 11:11 to go in the ball game, just having to kind of face the facts. This thing's just about to end for them, as they will start at their own 25-yard line. They're down 44-7.
Which probably in their wildest dreams, they'd never believed that this could happen to them at this point in the season, because they've had a great year.
Absolutely. They will come out wing left, too wide to the left, and a RPO, and it's a quick pass over the middle. It's caught at the 45, 40, 50, 45-yard line. Lobo scrum, a little extra hitting there, and a big gain for Memorial. I think that's Goody. Goody made the catch and brought it out for a 30-yard gain. So they're not going to lay down and die on you, that's for sure. First and 10 Memorial with 10:45 to go in the ball game. Longview up 44-7. Too wide to the left side. Slot will motion to the right. Play action. Wilson rolls to his right, being chased. He's going to run out of the pocket and then get hit on the sidelines by Chase Smith. He was chased on the backside. Uh-oh. I was afraid I saw Omarion Watkins getting up slowly, but he's okay. Jeremiah Roosley was pressuring from the backside. No gain on that play. It's second down and 10. Ethan Pulte in. Had some pressure on the quarterback as well. Second and 10 now. Wilson back to throw. Pressure coming up the middle. Deep ball, right side. Nobody out there. It's incomplete. They took a shot.
Pass intended for number 19.
Number 19, the receiver intended for the play, was Jaquan Holmes, incomplete. Wilson, again, with 357 yards passing last week and 117 yards rushing, and he's got nothing close to that tonight.
It's just difficult to throw deep against Longview. Their safeties have just got so much speed, in particular Willie Nelson. It's just, you can hardly get by him. And they tried one there, but the coverage was there.
Third down and 10. Wilson back to throw. Pressure again up the middle. He steps up, throws it over the middle. It's dropped at the 25-yard line. Quentin Harper couldn't. He was throwing back over toward the. He was rolling right, throwing back toward the middle of the field. Harper Hit him right in the hands. He couldn't hold on to it.
It's a second big drop for them tonight. Two that really should have been caught.
So it's 4th down and 10 now. You would expect that they would go ahead and try to go for it. As low as that percentage of play might be. 4th down and 10 from the Longview 44. Memorial. Blitz coming. Pressure coming. Got him. Back there at the 45.
The blitz was
Chase
on.
Smith. Chase Smith goes back to pat him on the backside. Omarion Watkins goes over to pat him on the backside and help him up. Lobos have a lot of respect for Davian Wilson. But the ball's going to go over on downs.
Chase Smith just comes through untouched and pays a big loss, or the tackle for the big loss.
And by doing that, he sets Longview up in great field position at the Memorial 46-yard line with 9:31 left in the game. They come out in the I formation this time. They'll turn, hand it off. Washington, ooh, Washington got met in the hole. Big hit. Tackle was made.
Washington. Stop by number 8.
Number 8, Tayon King, was the one that delivered the blow. 2nd down and 10. Now you'll see Longview start to really milk this clock too.
Use as much time as they can between plays, and they'll just run the ball.
We've had a lot of practice doing this the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Play clock down to 4 to 3. They're in the I. 2. Snap it at 1. Hand it off to Soto. Soto for no gain on the play. He's met by number 41, Michael Riles, one of those sophomore defensive linemen. I'm going to tell you what, Memorial is going to be good next year, defensively especially.
Yeah, they got a lot of good players back.
Unfortunately, one of them won't be Davian Wilson. He is a senior.
He'll be hard to replace.
Boy, he is a good one. Didn't have the best of nights tonight. You can credit the Longview defense for that. Hawkins goes wide right. Washington gets the handoff, sweeping right into the secondary across the 40, down to around the 36-yard line. He's going to be shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Also in the game at receiver, the last time I looked, it was Ethan Harrison, 17, as the Lobos start to empty their bench a bit now. Washington's a tailback. Allen under center. Again, they'll step up, freeze the defense, let that play clock run down. It's at 7:22. 4 seconds to go. Longview's going to burn a timeout with 1 second to go on the play clock. And with that timeout, we'll take a 30-second timeout as well. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
The Lobos had called a timeout as the play clock was getting away, and I'm sure they did that on purpose. They're up 44-7, and they are doing everything they can just to milk this clock and move on to the regional finals next week, where Mansfield Timberview awaits. The game will be at Mesquite Memorial on Friday night, which is really good because I get to watch the SEC championship game the next day.
Yeah, Mansfield is another one of the teams that's undefeated in the state.
That was a battle of unbeatens today.
Yep.
And it went down about the way you would think it would. A 2-point ball game.
in 5A Division I, there was 5 teams left that were undefeated, and they're eliminating a few today.
We'll see a couple next week then. I formation, handoff, Soto up the middle, breaks a tackle, he'll get inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And that's going to be good for a first down for the Lobos. Move the chains, keep that clock running.
Stop by number 17, Daryl Thornton. First down for the Lobos.
Did you have a good meal yesterday? We started talking about Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, really.
Now, this is a nice dessert on Black Friday. Much rather be doing this than shopping, I can tell you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wing right from the shotgun, handoff, Soto up the middle. They're just going to pound the middle of the defense and get to the 25-yard line. It's good for a 5-yard gain with 6:21 to go in the ball game. Lobos will run their record to 13-0. And again, as good as the offense was, you got to look at this defense and what they did not give up again tonight. Team that came in averaging over 39 points a game is going to come out of here. At this moment, they've got 7. From the I formation, 2nd and 5. Handoff, Washington up the middle. Dances in the hole, gets a push, and gets to the 22-yard line.
I mean, you really think about that. As good as this team has been offensively, is the kind of speed and the fact that at this point they've only got 7 points. It's a remarkable effort on the part of the defense.
Listen, and looking at that video of Port Arthur Memorial from the previous ball games and watching what Wilson was able to do, both with his legs and throwing the football, and Lobo's defense has just had none of that after the first quarter.
No, as soon as they got their hand on what they were doing, and they've closed in and never let up.
3rd down and 3. Allen's going to roll to his left, and he'll run out of bounds. I want him out of the game at the 15-yard line. Okay, that should be it for Jordan Allen. Let's go ahead and just give him the rest of the night off.
Pushed out of bounds by number 17, Daryl.
And I said this earlier, but I think this has been his best game of the year.
He's had some good ones.
10 of 13. He's thrown.
He's had 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
And they were all 3 deep balls, well-thrown deep balls. 1st and 10 Lobos. Tutt is in the ball game at quarterback. Handoff to Soto, the fullback. Fighting for yardage inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line as that clock just ticks away. 4:23 to go in the game.
By number 40, Jose Soto. Stop by number 8, Tyon King.
Must be a wonderful thing to be able to know you can take deep shots and score like that and then hold the ball for 8 or 9 minutes at the end of a ball game just to solve things away.
It's just not that many teams that have a really good passing attack but can run the ball like Longview. You just don't see that, especially with power football.
2nd down from the I formation. Tutt turns, hands it off up the middle, fighting to the 7-yard line, and going down. First carry for Jonathan Lee. As that stable of backs now getting some work here at the end of the ball game.
Stop by number 24, Kentrell Roberts.
Be 3rd down and 3 from the 9-yard line. Andrew Tutt in at quarterback. Score was 7-3 Memorial after 1. It was 23-7 at halftime. Longview on top. On 3rd down and 3 now with 3:07 to go. They'll hand it off. And again, it's Lee. Lee fighting to the 2-yard line. Listen, those guys want to score too. Oh, there's a flag at the end. That's going to be some more chippiness. 2 flags, a punch almost thrown. Look out, get away from there. No, there's a 3rd flag. Now we're going to have a little bit of a dust-up. Boys will be boys. Oh, now there's a hat. Oh, here comes another flag.
Yeah, but what you got to be careful is...
Got to get these guys off the field.
Yeah.
Here we go. Coach is coming out on the field to get those Lobos away from all of that. There's 7 flags on the floor right now and a couple of caps. When you run out of flags, you just start throwing hats.
But the problem is you can get thrown out of this game.
And Memorial, I mean, obviously you knew it was probably going to get to be like this toward the end because of a lot of frustration out there. So hopefully they'll just let everybody go to their separate corners and not kick anybody out of the ball game. It's a very, very frustrated Memorial team, which you can understand, but you can't. Neither team can lose their cool, and the Lobos certainly can't let themselves get drawn into something here at this point in the game. So as the officials stand around now and try to sort out all the different penalties that were thrown on that particular play, good luck trying to figure that one out and marking it. Let's just call it offsetting and just say everybody.
Really? You got 7 flags out there. I don't know who remember.
They're all offsetting. You're not going to do anything but replay the down unless you decide you want to kick somebody out. And hopefully that won't happen tonight. Oh, somebody did get ejected.
Yep.
Somebody got ejected. But I don't hear a micro. There's 2 players got thrown out of the ball game. One for Longview, one for Port Arthur Memorial. Have no idea who got ejected for Longview. And he didn't have a microphone on, so. Offsetting penalties, but you got 2 players that have been sent to the sidelines.
The real question is,
First down,
can you play the next week if you're ejected?
If it was basketball or college football, you'd have to worry about it, but depending on what it is. Now, John King's trying to get the information from the official. And now he's, I'm sure, very vigorously reminding his team to keep their cool here these last 3 minutes. Offsetting penalties is going to be 1st and goal from the 2, and I wish we could tell you. We'll have to find out from John King who got ejected and what that means for next week. But the Lobos will come up to the line of scrimmage in the I formation with 2 wideouts. Washington's the tailback. They'll hand it off to him, and he'll just walk into the end zone for the touchdown. And immediately the officials are running in, making sure there's no contact after the play. Touchdown Lobos, Kelvin Washington. Two-yard run. Lobos with a chance to make it 51 as Michael Fields comes in.
It's a 10-play, 46-yard drive from Longview.
Wow. Fields' kick is up. It was blocked. And there are 2 flags going down as I'm sure somebody used leverage to get up there. But the extra point's no good. Let's see if they'll let him re-kick it.
Tell you, this is getting chippy enough that
you got to do some really hard work to keep these kids cool now.
Yeah.
Personal foul is against Port Arthur Memorial, and it was a leverage play. He jumped up on the back of somebody trying to block that extra point. So Lobos get a chance to kick it again. Fields will try again, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 2:41 to go in the ball game now. Longview 51, Port Arthur Memorial 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Matt Houston tells me that we found that there was a backup offensive lineman for Longview who got kicked out of the ball game. We don't know exactly who that might be. He said backup guard. That could be a multiple choice answer right now.
Yeah. 7 flags on the floor on that one play.
A lot of laundry to pick up there, you know?
Yep.
So, final 2:41 to go in the game. And coming on to kick it off is John Monsivius. And he'll put a right foot into it. And it'll be high and very short, taking it to 30. Coming out to the 33, 34, and down he goes. And the Lobos. Tackle was made by Jameis Morrow, a name we've not called this year, but a lot of youngsters in now for the Lobos. See, the other great thing about it is a lot of kids get to see a lot of playing time in these big ball games, get a chance to get on that field during a third-round playoff game. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a good experience, and we've pretty much played everybody here tonight in the second half.
Well, Johnny, you said it back at the beginning of the year. It's going to take a really, really good team playing really well on any given Friday night to beat this Longview team. And there is a handoff and an illegal procedure against the Titans.
What you've seen all year from this team, as the games go on and they start to figure out what you're doing offensively and they react to it, and the defense is able to step up, and then offensively, it's just so far there's just not been anybody that can stop all our weapons the whole season. Maybe there will be at some point, but not yet.
From the 28-yard line, Wilson is going to get buried back there at the 23. Their fine quarterback taking some abuse back there, and it looked like it was number 78, Ethan Pulte, who brought him down for a loss on the play back to the 23. And so it's going to be second down and a mile for the Titans with 2:10 to play and the clock running.
Reality is, it seemed like they'd substitute a quarterback in. I mean, he's a guy that's probably got the skill to play at the next level, and
they'll just hand it off right up the middle, and they'll get a very, very short gain, maybe a yard, as the backup Longview defense, at least most of the guys on the field are backups, wanting to get a little taste of it. With 1:36 to go. Longview up 51-7. Memorial season. They have a district championship ball and 2 playoff wins, but their season comes to an end tonight. 1:13 to go in the game. Again, they'll just hand it off, content to just run the clock out. Baker, or check that, Chevalier. No, it is Baker. He got to the 25.
There's another one.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go with some more noise. Just get away.
Flag on the play.
It's DeAndre Drish that made the tackle as a flag came flying.
I tell you, it may be the point they just need to write this last 59 seconds off, go to the house.
Got to just tell your kids, just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. Walk away. One of the receivers over there talking to the Longview bench, and the coach came out and gave him a hug.
Personal foul against the Titans.
That's against the Titans. Again, a lot of frustration. And you get it. Hard way to end your year when you've had such a good year, and then to get beat like this tonight. I mean, I'm sure they came. I mean,
Yeah.
I came in expecting something a whole lot different than this.
Well, and you know, their very first possession, they go down and score on the first possession, and that's it for the rest of the game.
That first quarter was scary. Wilson back to throw, deep ball overthrown down the right sideline, and a flag goes down. That's going to probably be pass interference out there.
Brings up 4th down.
Well, he threw it at the bench, though, so I don't know. Normally you see him throw it out toward the field if it was pass interference, but this was thrown toward the sidelines by the back judge.
Yeah,
That's a sideline warning. So get him off the sidelines. 45 seconds to go in the ball game. John King's Lobos are going to advance to the regional finals.
I tell you, he's got to be happy with this effort on both sides of the ball tonight. The offense and the defense. Jordan Allen has had his best game that he's had in the playoffs.
Well, again, we've seen so many players rise to the occasion in this game tonight. And it is a total team effort. There's no doubt about it. Third time Longview's played in a playoff game in Lufkin. The previous 3 times they played Lufkin. 14th trip to the regional semifinals for John King in his 19 seasons. Last time they went to the regional finals, I would assume, was the state championship year.
I think that's it.
Haynes King and company.
Yeah, that's right. As we were three and out last year, 3 and out the year before, and then we went to the second round and lost the year before that to Jesuit. So Denton Ryan twice, Jesuit once in the last 3 years.
Usually the phrase is survive and advance, but I don't think you have to say that when it's 51-7. Thrive and advance, I guess. Dominate and advance. Because that's what the Lobos have done. One thing I'll note is that these last 3 minutes have taken like 4 days to play. .45 seconds to go. Lobos are just going to take a knee now. 1st and goal from the 7, and they're in victory formation. That's the smartest thing to do, I think, just to get this thing over with. And
yeah, that's going to be it.
That'll do it, because they haven't even started the play clock yet. They're just going to let this thing run out, and that will be the last play of this ball game. And the Longview Lobos will advance to the regional finals next Friday night as they win here tonight at Abe Martin Stadium by a score of 51-7. They go to 13-0. They continue to hold opponents to an average of just over a touchdown a game. Jordan Allen with 3 touchdown passes tonight. 2 to Jalen Hale. and it's on to Mesquite for a date with Mansfield Timberview next week. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll recap the scoring. We'll be talking to Coach John King. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
There's a new crane company in town. The name? Conquest Crane. Conquest Crane Services, that is. Do you need something lifted? Do you need something moved? Any job at all. If you need a crane, just call. Conquest Crane Services ain't no bushwhacker. This is a family business, fine as cream gravy. Conquest Crane Services is in Longview with the big lifting machines. Cranes. They get the big jobs done. ConquestCraneServices.com.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for pie and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support at cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the Bug Police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Story and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Story and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters, built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Welcome to the Longview Lobo postgame show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn back at Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin, where the Longview Lobos have just advanced to the regional finals of the Class 5A Division I Region 2 classification, as they have defeated Port Arthur Memorial by a score of 51-7. You're listening to the postgame show brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover. Recapping the scoring, Longview won the toss to open the ball game, elected to defer, and kicked off. Memorial took it down the field on the opening drive on an impressive drive. They had a big play from their quarterback Wilson to Goody for 29 yards, and then Damian Wilson 34 yards to Goody for the touchdown to make it 7-0 Memorial with 8:48 to go in the first quarter. Later in the game, huge defensive play right before the end of the first quarter as Jeremiah Rusley intercepted Wilson on a play where he was about 5 yards from the quarterback when he let it rip, and somehow Rusley made a terrific athletic play to intercept the ball at the 12-yard line. Lobos were able to kick a field goal at the opening part of the second quarter to cut that Port Arthur lead to 7-3 with 10:58 to go. Michael Fields from 23 yards out. Moving on into the second quarter, big defensive series by the Lobos. A fumble recovered by Jeremiah Rusley that set up a 46-yard drive by the Lobos, a 15-yard run by Elijah Johnson, and then a 30-yard touchdown run by Taylor Tatum that made it 10-7. Longview on top for the first time in the ball game with 7:25 to go in the second quarter. Later in the quarter, Longview with another long drive, 80 yards this time, a 17-yard run by Tatum, setting up a 48-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Allen to Jalen Hale. Point after was no good, but Longview was up 16-7 with 3:02 to go in the first half. Lobos weren't done, though. They held Memorial, and the ball went over on downs, and then Longview took a shot, and Allen threw a touchdown pass of 35 yards to Taylor Tatum with 12 seconds to go in the half. That gave Longview a 23-7 lead at halftime. In the second half, Lobos drive 80 yards. Elijah Johnson with a 17-yard touchdown run to make it 30-7 with 8:21 to go in the third quarter. Later in the quarter, it was again Allen with a slant pass to Jalen Hale. He took it to the house for 53 yards and a touchdown to make it 37-7. Longview on top with 5:08 to go in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, tack on a couple of touchdowns. Elijah Johnson from 4 yards out to make it 44-7 with 11:11 to play. And then Kelvin Washington scores from 2 yards out. Longview led it 51-7 with 2:41 to go in the ball game, and that's where it finished. Longview wins it by a score of 51-7. Johnny, it was a heck of a game, but it seems like the shot plays, those deep, long passes in the second quarter, the long run by Tatum, and the deep pass to Jalen Hale kind of broke this thing open in the second quarter.
It really kind of just broke their back, I think. The fact, especially when they came out in that first possession, they were able to go 8 plays, 79 yards, make some plays, and then after that it just went all downhill. The next possession, they fumbled the ball. They ended up with 7 points in the first half, scored them all on the first possession, and Longview just made so many plays. And I think just sometimes you just mentally, it is difficult, especially when you've been good all year, to you play a team and you just can't do anything right, and that's what happened to them tonight. It ended up being 51-7. Longview's now played 3 games here into the playoffs, and we've given up 7 points in the second half in these playoffs.
It's been amazing. It's been a fantastic defensive performance. A great total team victory tonight over a very solid football team in Port Arthur Memorial, a very explosive team. Longview matched them, though, and Longview found a way to shut them down, and they advanced as they win it by a score of 51-7. Let's take a timeout. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Bish's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bish's is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bish's RV, where memories begin.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
Stuffing more people in your house this holiday? You'll be thankful for the fastest internet. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. All your wireless devices connect best with Cable Link's broadband, especially when you have friends and family come over with all their devices. Plus, we make it easy to switch. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. This holiday, gather family and friends for Pi and Wi-Fi. Download family games at cablelinks.com/thankful. That's cablelinks.com/thankful. And get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month. Order Cable Links today at 800-903-0508. That's 800-903-0508. Or email support at cablelinks.com. Or click to chat through cablelinks.com. Offers expire without notice and many factors affect speed. Other restrictions may apply.
John, we got the notice that John King won't be coming up to the press box tonight, so we won't get to talk to him after tonight's ball game, but I can pretty much assure you that he's probably pretty happy about the way things have finished out tonight as the Longview Lobos win it by a score of 51-7. So we are going to be able to wrap it up pretty quick tonight. And, Johnny, you want to put these on? We'll just let you have these so we can get you one last final thought here before we wrap it up here. We know that Longview is going to advance to the regional finals next week, and we know that that game is going to be taking place at Mesquite Memorial. We know we'll be playing Mansfield Timberview. The only thing we don't know at this moment is whether it'll be a 7 or a 7:30 kickoff, and we will let you know about that as soon as we can let you know. But at this point, that's what we do know, is we are playing next Friday, and the Lobos advance to the 4th round. So, thoughts about this ball game, Johnny?
I just think it was just a great effort, and it's 51-7, and you think, well, you just didn't play that good of a team, and that's not the case. Port Arthur had an outstanding team. They'd been good the entire season. They had a lot of talent. The first series, they took it and got the score. But Longview, their defense this entire year has just been phenomenal. Of course, their offense too. But the defense, after they figured out what they were trying to do, they were able to shut them down the rest of the way, and then has been the entire season. Nobody's been able to stop our offense.
Well, it was a fantastic performance by the Lobos against a team that was awfully scary on tape coming in, but Longview takes care of them by a score of 51-7. So, Johnny, thanks again for this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to you. Hope you enjoy your weekend. And be safe going back to Longview tonight, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right, and again, we're thrilled that you listened tonight. Thanks very much for listening to the ball game. Matt Morton back at the station, our producer. Great to have Matt Houston here to help Spot tonight. We appreciated that. And now that Longview's won the game big, we know that Matthew will be welcome back to any Longview game he wants to see until he causes the Lobos to lose, and then he'll never get to come back again. So anyway, we'll see you next week in Mesquite for the playoff game, the region finals, coming up next Friday night with Longview Lobos and Mansfield Timberwolves. Once again, for Johnny Vaughn, for Matt Morton, for Matt Houston, I'm Brian Houston. Thanks very much for listening. You've been listening to Longview Lobo Football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Bigger, faster, stronger, more experienced, just better. This is who we are, and they know it too.
You've been listening to Longview Lobo High School Football on 106.5 Jack FM.
The Longview Lobo Football Radio Network, presented by Peter Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview. Longview Kilgore Cable TV. The law offices of Soria and Hoover. Eastman Credit Union. First Choice Personnel. Sophie's Car Wash. Bish RV of Longview. Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. The Bug Police. Flood Out Restoration. McDaniel's Quality Body Works. And Telco Plus Credit Union. This is the Lobo Nation on the Longview Lobos Radio Network. 106.5 Jack FM.